Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Perfect.
You don't have to roll anymore, Joseph. Your fate is
You
already
all-
sealed.
I think it's every session. I've never heard anything about it not being every session.
Well, it's
My
just.
fate is sealed. I
I
have no
mean,
choice.
it's until you crit fail, which Joseph already has. So you know.
So you just continue rolling until you crit fail.
Yeah, exactly. And then that means you have to play EverQuest. So on a long enough timeline, it's probably going to happen to all of us.
I
Great,
have a
man.
bonus action for. I have a bonus for that somewhere where I don't have to.
In real
I'm
life.
resistant to poison. Yeah, I have advantage against poison. That's something.
Is that on your Kevin Jewett character sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Add +1 to EQ rolls, no matter what.
You drinking a Moscow Mule, or are you just using a fancy cup?
I'm just using a Moscow Mule cup because me, an intellectual, is drinking gin and LaCroix.
So intellectual.
I have some of that.
You actually are. Wow.
Wow. Could you be more basic than that?
Let it not be said that Father Jameson doesn't keep it classy.
Well, I bought this jacket at Hollister the other day, so I guess the answer is no.
But
I was so mad.
Are we gonna hear some like electro music in the background pretty soon? Some bro
I went to
stuff?
the mall and I went to every other store and I was looking for a new jacket and I was like, I guess I'll just fucking go in and there's no way they'll have.
I've never been inside of Hollister's, man. I've never been inside of Hollister.
It's fucking awful. But I was
never been inside of Abercrombie and Fitch.
damn, it's a good jacket and I had to buy it and I felt like shit.
I went inside a Hollister once and like my eyes started watering from the fucking cologne that they like.
Yeah, it's so
doing the
bad.
placement. Seriously, man. I thought it was just because like douchebags hang out in there, but somebody I know who worked at Hollister, she told me that like they actually like pump that place full of that cologne.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. It's so dark you can't fucking see what anything looks like. I mean,
it's a good jacket, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, for a jacket that you didn't really see before you bought it.
I was like, wow, it looks really good in this light. And I was like, oh, there's no fucking light.
I'm mostly saying that because I have a very similar jacket, and I don't want to look like sound like a douche.
Yeah, I'd call you out on it next time. I'm trying to think, like, the only Hollister thing is the inner label, and then, like, there's a tiny little patch right there, and I'm like...
I'm going to call you out on it.
Maybe I could razor that off.
It's okay, Kevin. I used to wear a lot of Expressmen stuff, so,
Express is okay.
Express is fine.
Yeah, Express is fine.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I used to wear it a lot more because the logos didn't used to be nearly as, like that lion logo that they have. Like, they started making it huge and putting it on everything.
Even
like the polo shirt has got a gigantic, like...
Just a huge fucking horse.
Like, horse, yeah. I don't know. Like, when I think of Express stuff, I just think of, like, like collared shirts and like, dress pants and stuff. I don't really think about anything else. I don't know.
Talk to Chris Mullins. I think only Thomas and I know who that is. So, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
John went to Buckle last week, though.
Nice.
Buckle?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Buckle?
Buckle's
it's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like a belt store.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You never seen it at the Wolf Chase Mall? It's next to the PacSun.
They've got all the
I've not been inside the Wolf Chase Mall in maybe like 5 years.
They've got all the whitewashed jeans with boot cut bottoms and like the crosses on the pockets and stuff and the fucking sequins. Ass. Yeah. That's where you buy those.
Not quite Jinko jeans level, but
pretty bad.
We need to bring those back.
Yeah, not much can approach Jinko jeans.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Thomas?
I'm all right, man. It's been a long day at work. What?
What did you say,
Joe? Just bought some Jordache jeans and a jean jacket.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions about like their new weapons or logistics or anything?
Nope.
Before we veer the story off course. Okay.
Hey, quick question. Elven Chain. Yeah. I would think of Elven Chain. Does that count as a thing I need to attune to?
No, not as far as I know. Let's see.
Okay.
It is you gain here's the Roll20 content for Elven Chain. Let me put it in the link.
Elven Chain.
Elven, yeah. So
it's
you can be
okay.
Good.
So is it? So it says AC is 13, and it's AC plus 1. Does that mean the combined everything is AC 14?
Yeah, essentially.
That's very convoluted. I don't know why they decided to do it that way, but
yeah.
okay.
Let me. So a chain shirt is 13 AC.
Ah.
So Elven Chain is it's essentially a chain shirt plus 1 that you can wear even if you lack proficiency with it.
Cool.
God damn.
Yeah. So it's essentially it's a chain shirt plus 1.
All right, cool. I'll start wearing it. Also, these gloves are 2,500 gold. I don't know what they do.
It's a huge gold chain with elf in
Yeah, I'm honestly just gonna pretend that's what it is.
Yeah.
In fact, do you want that to be it?
Oh man, if only it could be. It just says dwarf on it. But
yeah, it says elf.
Beard check.
Let's do a beard check.
Eventually, Disney Reed just acquires items of like all different races.
All right, so let's begin. Let's say that we are in Spiral Haloit's lobby room, and you guys, the three of you, went to go talk to Anum, his butler man, who seems to have multiple bodies. You remember him?
Yeah.
So you went to the armory in Spiral Haloit's humongous mansion in the ladies' ward, and the three of you, I guess, sort of all had business in the armory. So you went off, and Anum has, he has shaved down the the radiant rune spears that you handed to him.
Yeah.
So you guys he rebalanced them so that you can use them as quarterstaffs. They still have all their magical properties and everything. He was going over it, sanding it down, and doing all the work like right in front of you.
Wow.
So he hands them back to you. He'll give you the opportunity if you guys want to unload any armor or weapons. He will buy them from you.
Kevin, what the fuck is that?
I'd like to sell my old quarterstaff.
Okay.
You're
all 3 silver.
Yes, please. I would like all the silver I am due. Yes.
Yeah, he'll buy it from you.
Yay!
So he takes the quarterstaff and he how much? I don't even know how much a quarterstaff costs.
Not much.
Probably
not much.
Several silver.
Whatever it's worth, he gives it to you, man.
Here, I can look it up real quick. I've got it on my wall because I'm a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything else I want to sell. Because I just have all this shit that I've never touched once.
Yeah.
The buying cost of a quarterstaff is 2 silver.
All right, so he'll take it back for 2.
Yeah. That's great. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
The world.
Yeah, Anum kind of quietly just takes it and gives you what he believes it's worth. You guys are just hanging out. The other group has been separated from you. I want you guys to make a beard check.
And just put it in my own gold. Say what?
I want you to make a beard check.
Oh, beard check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Let's do D20 plus charisma.
Oh shit. Man, I'm excited about this. I'm like, this is going to be a nice or interesting change of pace. Small group.
I think so.
2 dwarves, a girl, and a pizza shop.
Oh shit! It's quite a beard.
I don't have any charisma modifier, so.
Oh, your beard is a wise beard. We can do wisdom for you.
Okay.
Wise old sage beard, and Dizzy has the
charismatic beard. How convincing his beard is.
Yeah. All right. So you guys, it's been a few hours since you guys last beard fought.
What happens when they beard fight? Do they just stare at each other?
So Mal, you are seeing them. They are attempting to very subtly
outbeard each other.
Outbeard each other by shaping their beard and Like Jameson, like
imagine something like
the light around him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tries to give himself better lighting. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. That's what you guys are.
The beard arm wrestles.
And yeah, Mal, it looks kind of ridiculous, but you can tell that between the two of them, Dizzy seems to like puff his chest out a little more, and they both seem a little bit more pleased with Dizzy's beard today.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's all right. It's okay.
Hey, we can't all look like Guy Fieri.
Yeah, and I'm quietly, snickers to himself, watching you guys. Let's see. At this point, the three of you should roll wisdom saving throws.
What? Where are we, by the way?
Oh my god!
You guys are in the armory, which is essentially
like big.
It's basically like a library of weapons. There's like all sorts of weapons, like exotic weapons, whip chains, and swords and javelins and everything.
Damn! I wish I had scribed this rune somewhere.
Okay.
Wait,
Mal.
I need to. I get to add 1 to it because I have a ring of protection and it adds AC and to the saves. How do I do that?
You will
19 plus 1. Wait.
Yeah, you'll go to the. Let's see. Hold on, Mal. You have to wait.
That's fine. Just wait with trepidation. I'm used to it. Waiting for the next horrible thing to happen.
On your character sheet when you go to
global saving throw modifier. I bet that'll work.
The gear. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, I don't really know. I've tried adding like the AC +1 to the modifiers, and I just can't seem to get it to work right. So,
yeah, the stuff is a little wonky.
There it is. Yeah, there it goes. And I see that 1, but yeah,
you got a 5.
19.
There you go.
19.
Well, yeah, 19. Okay, so Mal, everybody is the three of you are just kind of chilling, having a good time. You're watching them compete with their beards until a sensation rises in the back of your brain box. Like a cross between like a tickle and an interrupted sneeze.
Okay.
The feeling quickly grows in intensity until it has become painful. It is now like a relentless squeeze on the back of your brain.
Ow.
Unconsciousness begins to call to you like a sweet song of a secret haven.
Okay.
But you resist. You take an involuntary step forward, and you discover that the pain diminishes ever so slightly as you move in that direction.
Okay.
Dizzy and Jameson, you guys can tell Mal is in obvious pain.
Yeah.
Hey,
having one of
you
our
all right,
episodes.
dude? You okay? You need a hug?
No, not from you. I think that would make it a lot worse. I just need to step forward, and so I keep walking forward a little bit.
Okay, you do. It leads you actually out of the armory.
Oh, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm holding my head.
Push open the door.
I need to sit down. Just give me a moment.
Yeah. So. You step out into the hallway, and you sit on a delicate, like fluffy pad that is on top of marble bench. And as you sit, the pain kicks back up, and so you stand back up again. And very quickly you realize that this pain only seems to loosen its grip on you as you walk in a very specific direction.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around and say, could you just come on? I just need to go this way.
Can I roll something to see what's going on? Like medicine?
Yeah. Why don't you roll, if you want to roll medicine, why don't you roll medicine?
I am a medical man myself.
Go for it.
Would you mind coming with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I start following as hey, if you need anything,
I need some fine dwarven healing.
Dizzy,
you need a potion of climbing.
Potion of climbing. No.
As you go through your backpack, offering him whatever you have.
Just looking.
Yeah, You need to climb.
Jameson, you have a little bit better of an idea. Mal obviously is exhibiting some kind of like severe immediate onset like migraine. You know, she seems to she looks like she could pass out at any moment. You find it odd or awkward that she insists that it gets less painful as she walks in a specific direction, but you know that you probably need to walk beside her as you feel like she could collapse at any moment.
I walk beside her.
Okay.
As you
could I roll an Arcana check to see if I know what's going on, or?
Yes. Why don't you rack your brain?
Okay, more than it's already been wrecked.
Yeah.
22.
Something. Yeah, you know a fair bit about this. Something is calling out to you. It's trying to communicate with you.
Hey.
You feel like something has specifically latched onto you. It is the pain comes in waves. It's most noticeable when you stop moving, but it also seems to be some sort of communication or language because it is ebbing and flowing.
Why does everybody want to get inside my head?
No pants. Nobody wants to touch you.
So you continue. You walk down the steps into the great foyer of Spiral Hallowight's mansion, and some of his men from the previous session are present. Annam and Joanna and Carlith Minstrel, the con men / dice player, and the butler. They all are kind of hanging out. They seem to eye you suspiciously as you walk towards the door, but Annam opens the door.
It's fine.
Joanna stops you guys very briefly as she gives you back your primary weapons that you had dropped off at the door on your way in.
Thanks.
And essentially they load you up. They see that you're leaving, and they don't presume to speak for their master. So out you guys go into the ladies' ward.
Now, this thing that I'm feeling, it doesn't feel like something that I've felt before.
No,
okay.
It's weird. It's strange. It's a bad pain.
Okay, it's just pain. Did you say it's like
yeah.
But you said there's like a linguistic component to it, or not really?
Yeah, you are trying to. It feels that way with your arcane knowledge. You're trying to comprehend it, but all you're really feeling is a headache.
If only I had a helm of comprehend languages.
As you all leave Spiral Hallowight's mansion, and the gates shut behind you, and you continue to walk. Mal, as you are walking, the pain seems to subside. It is just a kind of a dull pulse that you can feel now, instead of it really destroying you. It feels like a dull presence that is still urging you out of the ladies' ward.
Okay.
In a direction that you guys have never walked, but you slow down now. And Mal, as long as you continue walking at a decently brisk pace, the pain disappears.
Okay. Right.
My little dwarven feet can't keep up. You gotta slow it down a little bit, buddy.
Well, Mal, if it be for your betterment, just know that I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more.
Well, that's very kind of you, Jameson. You're a very kind dwarf. If only other dwarves were as kind as you. All right, so
what?
You're saying like if I slow down a little bit, it gets worse.
As you slow, the pain begins to get a little more intense.
I say, well, these kind of mental premonitions have never led us wrong before, right? So,
oh boy!
As long as you guys are all right with seeing where this headache leads, I'd say we continue on.
So you do.
All right with it. 500 miles, here we come.
You guys walk a fair amount, over an hour. You're just kind of Mal. You're leading the way in a sort of fairly brisk pace, and the dwarf and halfling behind you just do their best to keep up and stay near you. You find, Mal, that only following a very specific path through the streets of the cage reduces the pain.
Yeah, so I'm like, finding my way. Like
it's not necessarily taking you all down the main roads. It's winding through alleys like a strange snake serpentine pattern. But every step seems to be moving towards this waypoint. Any deviation leads to renewed agony. Eventually, a few blocks off from the bazaar, the path leads to an old 2-story building marked with a sign that simply reads Gyson. Gysson. It's a small 2-story building. Gyson. It is it's made of like soot-stained stone.
Ooh, I would like to do stone cutting and figure out about the stone.
Go for it.
Know about the stone.
Go for it.
Aw.
Okay. It's marble work. It's nice enough for being near the Great Bazaar.
I don't know much about this stone.
Yeah. You know that it's marble work, and it was much brighter in its heyday. It has been soot-stained from the
if it weren't for all this soot, I'd be able to
air.
tell you more about this stone. But there's just so much soot.
What a shame.
Can I try to do stone sense?
I am just devastated.
What is it? I think it's history. Yeah, it's a history skill check.
Okay, make a history check.
Oh God!
Are you even kidding?
Thank God! God!
Dizzy, stone is
just getting in the way of me knowing about the stone.
Yeah. Yeah. Mal, as you step towards the stoop of the building, the pain begins to ebb and fade away.
Okay. Well, that was quite the headache-induced railroad. Yeah, so it just says Gyson above it. I guess I knock on the door.
Okay, you do, and as you knock against the door, it is it moves, and it is obviously to you. It's unlocked.
Okay.
That's just dangerous in a neighborhood like this.
Yeah, what kind of neighborhood are we in? Like, what does our environment look like?
Let's see. You guys are. Hold on. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Let me bring up a map real quick.
Can I roll perception to see if I hear anything suspicious or that kind of stuff?
Sure. Hold on. You guys are in the market ward.
Okay.
The Great Bazaar is like this huge area. It's basically like a merging of like 4 or 5 different roads in the market ward. You guys are off of Copperman Way, which is a fairly well-known street that kind of dissects the whole ward. And it's actually not that bad of an area. You're near the Harmonium Garrison in this area, so that kind of presence of like right outside the bazaar, there is a group of guardsmen that essentially live here. It kind of keeps the area less crime-ridden than some of the
keeps the minorities out. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. On the other side of the Great Bazaar, there's like Dancer's Court and Revel Road, and the more notable like the Severed Head and a bunch of like crazy ass bars, you know.
They've got to be up to standards.
Yeah, but where you guys are right now, it doesn't seem too bad. It's just like kind of a middle class market area with a high police harmonium presence.
Okay.
Dizzy, You notice. Let's see. What'd you get on your perception? 19. Inside, you kind of come up to a dusty window and rub it off and look inside. Dizzy, you can tell the place is obviously some kind of long abandoned office, like a clerk's office. There's papers and ledgers and notebooks strewn up about a bunch of tables. There's like a bookshelf and a desk in the corner of the room. There's like immediately as you enter in, you see like stairs going up to a second floor. It's a very small building.
Guys, this appears to be an office building. I wonder, did you just feel compelled to get your taxes filed?
Well, I never had to file my taxes in Neverwinter. I usually just took them from the people. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. I swear. Okay, yeah, I mean, but you said the door's obviously, like, is it like a jar? Like, is it...
it's a door.
No, it's closed. It's closed. I
asked Busy,
it's like a
like,
lizard folk joke.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Busy Reed. I'm gonna say, like, is it does it look like is it occupied? Is it abandoned?
Looks like it's been abandoned for a while. I mean, you see all the soot that got in the way of my, stoneworking knowledge and all this dust on the windows. It looks like nobody's been here for a while.
Yes, of course.
Like, I pull out a white glove, put it on,
Okay.
and wipe the window. You see this? It would never pass inspection.
Oh, right, from the Planar Trade Consortium. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to. I don't want it now. I'm gonna try to open the door. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what Mal would do.
Yeah. So you open the door.
Slowly and sort of peeking in.
Yeah.
Not trying
You
to barge
see,
in.
dust covers a lot of the desks and tables. Now that the door has opened, a lot of it is like strewn through the air and the light. This place is long abandoned. He's right. Like I said, there's dust covering all the tables and the desks. All the documents that you see on the floor or on the tables are filled with incomprehensible columns of numbers. As you step into the room to better examine it, you hear a meek voice call out to you all. "Oh dear, I had no idea it would be so painful for you. Please, accept my apology."
This is in common. Where did this come from?
This is in common, and you're not quite sure where it's coming from.
So I'm looking around.
The voice seems to come from the back of the room, near a book-covered table. There's a rickety wooden staircase that leads upstairs. No speaker is evident. After a moment, a small gray cat jumps onto the table from the shadows under the stair, and looks up at the three of you.
Okay. So, I'd look at the cat and I'd just go, "Hello?"
The cat turns its head and says, "Yeah."
Are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? Why are you? Why?
The cat walks over across the table and says, "Here," and flips open, walks over to a book, a particularly large leather and metal bound specimen of a book. The cat pushes it over and it flips open, revealing inside the book, in the gutter of the pages, there's a human-like face that continues to talk in that meek voice. "I really am sorry," it continues. I needed to call for help, and so I reached out and tried to curb some perdish folk off the street. It's been so long since I've done that. I guess I grabbed too hard."
That you did, but
Wait, I have questions about the cat.
The cat walks up to you, Dizzy. It stands on the edge of the table and sort of sits back on its haunches, and it's like, "Yeah, what's up?"
You're a talking cat. What's up with that?
Is the cat wearing pants?
The cat is not wearing pants.
If it were wearing pants, would it wear them on the back half or on all four legs, kind of halfway up?
The way this cat sits on his haunches is clearly a cat that would wear it on his back legs and tie them off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
Like a sensible cat.
Do you like to be petted? And I just start like petting his face.
So he's like, no, well, I guess.
Who's a good cat? You want a belly rub? So I grab and just flip him on his back. So give him a
belly rub. Hold on, man. All right. The cat begins to dig its claws into your hand, like it very suddenly wants up and it claws and bites at you.
Sounds about right.
All right. It crawls back up and walks back over to the book, and the book says, I do apologize. Perhaps some sparkle could make it up to you. After you've heard me out, I'll see to it, I promise. And I know how pivers love their sparkle. You see, we need a few kind folk who will take myself and my associate here, and he sort of flips a page over towards the cat, to the gate town of Automata. Have you ever heard of Automata, the gate town to Mechanus? It's still there, isn't it?
Sounds like a robot village.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that, I suppose. Unless
you can roll Arcana to see what you guys know about Automata, if you'd like. I think you all can do that.
I know jack shit, apparently.
You all know crap.
We don't know much.
No. The cat sits on top of the book, directly over the book's face, and seems not to really care about the book right now, and says, okay, so my name is Jason, and for ages I was a petitioner out in the Beastlands, and I was happy. I laid about, I did whatever I wanted to do, I hunted mice all day. Then one day last month, the ruler of my kind, the Cat Lord, she came to me and she asked me to deliver a message to someone in Sigil. And I didn't want to leave the Beastlands, but I obeyed my mistress. And I completed my task, and as I was headed back to the Beastlands, I walked down this street here, and something seemed to beckon to me to come inside, and that's where I met the book. And he sits up and stretches on top of the book, and he says, the book explained to me that I, Jason, in my mortal lifetime, had been a clerk who owned this tiny firm and lived in the apartment overhead. And long story short, business wasn't very good. I purchased a magical book to help me with my work. The terms of the purchase involved a series of payments over a number of years, and I defaulted on that loan when I died. So
you're the owner of, or at least the previous owner.
Yeah. He stands up and he sort of walks in a circle and sits down and starts playing with his tail. And he looks up at you, and he's got big doe eyes, and he seems really cute, and opens his mouth again, and it all goes away. And he says, yeah, my benevolent demeanor has compelled me to right this wrong. I used to own this place. I was a scribe, and I bought this book, you see, from a wizard named Hiron. And Hiron specializes in creating sentient, powerful, magical items. And I don't exactly remember where he lives. In fact, I don't really remember anything about my former life. I really just know what the book has told me. But I know when the book's telling the truth because it strikes a bit of a chord in me. And he pats himself on the chest. He says,
I look over at the book, And I guess the book is still open, right?
Yeah, the book is open.
Okay. I'm gonna say, is this true? Are you leading anybody astray here by saying this?
The book says, no, I am owned by Jason, but as he has not made any payments in 20 years or so, I am owed back to Hiron.
Okay.
If you would return me to Hiron, I would be happy to reveal to you where Jason keeps all of his hidden jink.
And you haven't told Jason where he keeps his hidden jink?
Jason eyes him suspiciously.
I guess, cats don't really need to know where gold is.
That's true. They probably have no use for money in the Beastlands, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they have almost no use at all for it. Most creatures who live on the Beastlands either cannot comprehend currency,
Okay.
like lizard folk. A lot of them can't really understand the point of money that represents money somewhere else, or their cats. The cats who would really want the money until they had it, and then they don't care about it at all.
Because they're cats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, Jason explains that he doesn't remember anything about his past life except what the book tells him, and then what the book does tell him, he either remembers it as correct or he doesn't remember it, and so he doesn't believe it.
Well,
So wait, that's your name outside.
Say what?
It looks like it says Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say,
that's how I spell my name. It's Jason.
That must have gotten very old, telling people that your name wasn't
Jason.
Thanks,
Nobody seemed to have a problem with it before.
Yeah.
Well, dwarven culture, they make a lot of obscene jokes.
Sorry, what?
Nothing?
You're right. We do.
I don't work blue, lassie, and I will not have you insinuating otherwise.
All right. I just know whose beard is superior around these parts. That's all I'm saying.
This is a matter of age.
So
talks.
So basically, we're doing the longest overdue fine quest ever.
Yes, yeah. This book, this sentient book is owed to this wizard Hiron, who apparently lives in Automata. And it is
A-U-T-O-M-A-T-A.
It is A-U-T-O-M-A-T-A.
Okay, I thought so. Like the word, yeah, got it.
Automata.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you said there's Modrons there.
That's what I'm expecting.
There are Modrons in Automata.
Yeah, those things are cool.
It's not exactly where they are from, but it is it's a plane. Let's see. Let me automate it up.
Now
it's not gonna come up, but it's okay.
Now,
so what?
If not meaning to be impertinent, of course, but I am a seeker of knowledge, and I am curious if Master Book might have anything else interesting in the pages, and whether an old dwarf might get a look-see one day. I am searching for words of power or an end to the plight to my people. So I do like to look wherever I may.
Okay, so the book sort of kind of inch by inch pushes its way closer to you on the table.
Ooh.
And as you look at it, it's hopping in front of you. You see that it's columns and columns of clerical mathematics.
Ooh, my favorite kind of mathematics.
Yeah. It seems all about estimating purchases and predicting future models on supply and demand. And but the book edges closer and closer to you until Jameson, it's actually at your hands, and you see that it's not going to harm you if you pick it up and carry it with you.
Well, I don't know so much about carrying it, but maybe one day I'll give it a read through. I've held too many lives responsible in my hands and had them slip through, and I'm not ready to take up that mantle once more.
Okay, so you slowly step away from the book as the cat looks up at you and like quizzically, like.
Do we have to take the cat?
Are there any boxes in the room?
Yeah, there's a number of boxes full
okay, I'd like
of
to open the lid.
and.
I'd like to open the lid to a box and dump it out neatly, but put the box next to the cat.
Okay, the cat jumps in the box.
If he fits, he sits.
Yeah. Jason sits very comfortably in the box and looks up at you all. And
are we taking the cat?
Go ahead.
I mean,
the cat wants to accompany the book.
Do we need a baby Bjorn?
You could fashion one if you'd like.
I mean,
I'll give you the time.
I've already got a book that I have to carry around.
Yeah, Mal already.
I'll carry the book.
Okay.
I can't be just carrying 2 books willy-nilly.
So Dizzy carries the book. Mal has her own book, and Jameson carries a box with a cat in it.
I'd like to use some of my hempen rope to make the box into a backpack.
Okay, you do. You very quickly fashion the rope around the box so that it creates like an open air backpack that the cat can look out of.
Now, don't be getting too used to this, laddie. Yeah. I cannot be babysitting you all day, and should combat arise, I expect you to hightail it for the trees and wait till we're done, like a sensible chap.
Jason just simply begins to purr and falls asleep.
I can't see. I see this going well.
No, you guys leave Jason's, and the book begins to talk again, and it explains to you. I happen to know where a gate to Automata is, and I know what the key is, and it's fairly easy to fashion. I'm sure you guys could sort it out as soon as we get there.
Absolutely.
Now,
book. What is your name? If you have one, or are you just book?
I'm not quite sure of my name. I'm just the book.
We'll call you Paige.
That makes you the page master, Dizzy Reed. Alright. Okay, yeah, it can be Paige. That works. Okay. Paige, I'm just curious, why did you choose me?
Oh, well, to be honest, I hope you find you don't take it to mind. I sent out a message to anyone whose mind might possibly let me in.
I think he's saying you're weak, lassie.
Well,
It's okay. Your magic is not as good as mine. I get it. It's not your fault.
It's my awakened mind. You guys know I have a problem.
Yeah. Just too woke.
Yeah.
If you weren't shirking your occlumency classes, you'd be fine.
So the book continues to explain as you guys are walking. You guys are walking closer to where you have been camping out, really, fairly close to the Whole Note Inn. You're headed towards like the Hall of Speakers area.
Okay.
The book explains Automata is a gate town. It's the gate town on the Outlands that leads to the plane of Mechanus, the home of Modrons and the seat of ultimate law.
Ooh, I do love
consequently, law. Well, then you'll love Automata.
I am the law.
It is extraordinarily orderly. And the Council of Order, they rule over the town with a tight fist. And bureaucracy protects us all, and that bureaucracy is controlled by the members of the Fraternity of Order.
Ooh.
So the plan is we will go to Hiron's old place of business, and you will return me, and I will tell you where Jason's Jink is, and maybe Hiron will reward you as well.
Sounds like an excellent plan. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Why do you speak such a thing?
Don't worry about it.
So about these Modrons, what do we need to know about them? You know, like you sound like you've dealt with this kind before. Anything we need to look out for?
Well, Modrons are creatures of they're very unique creatures. They are constructs, but they have souls and a purpose. They are completely lawful, and they have a strict hierarchy.
Right.
The Modrons, the book tries to explain, it flips back and forward as it's trying to get a place to begin on the Modrons. And it says, well, there aren't too many things a body can count on in the multiverse, but the one thing you can always count on is the 17 cycles of 17 years between the Modron March. It explains about every 300 years or so, all of the Modrons, they're a hierarchical sort, and they test themselves. They march throughout all the planes of existence, and they won't stop for anything. They migrate through the planes, wreaking all sorts of havoc. They don't stop for anyone or anything. They'll trample right through a town or over the inhabitants if you're too slow or don't get out of the way. It's every 300 years or so, the Modrons, these creatures of total law and order, wreak almost absolute havoc, destroying their way through the plains. They do not all survive. Hundreds and thousands of Modrons will march, and only 100 or so will make it back to the end. But the rest are promoted. Modrons who die are sent back to Automata and recreated at the bottom of the cast. And they go back to their peaceful, calculating selves, solving problems and mapping out resources and documenting the histories of different planes.
Might they be, should we need to stop some or, just pause for a minute? They seem very reasonable. The law is good and all. But, a logical fallacy type thing, might that give them pause?
Defeat them with logic.
101111.
If their prime directive becomes confused and garbled and, I've heard tale of this working against similar beings.
The book nods a little bit, and the binding creaks back and forth, and the book is like, absolutely, I'm sure you could confuse them. Many Modrons are, although they are intelligent, they cannot communicate. In fact, it is well documented that Modrons on certain levels of the caste system can only see or communicate other Modrons either directly superior to them or they're direct inferior.
That's really smart. Do they have any weaknesses besides logic puzzles of sorts? Perhaps an element or,
Logic puzzles? Are you going to be putting a book in front of them?
It says, Modrons, they as constructs, they don't have too many weaknesses, but it won't be necessary. I doubt any of the Modrons that we will be encountering will be any sort of near a basher or a fighter.
Well, I hope so.
Well,
not, or whichever.
You can count on it. The march occurs about every 300 years, and the last one was just over 100 years ago.
Oh, well, then we're fine. I'm sure nothing will happen.
We as sentient creatures, many of you probably won't even be alive long enough to see the next one.
Before we travel too far...
Dwarves live a very long time. Ugh. Shut up, Dizzy.
Before we travel too far, mightn't we need to take some sort of... a rest or sleep up. I don't quite remember the last time I got a good night's sleep, but it may have been more recent than I remember.
That's true. I don't know if recovered from our last foray into combat. I don't think that we have.
Have you guys short rested?
Yes.
Maybe. Yes.
Okay. You can take a short rest.
Okay.
I got all my spells back, and my HP back.
I don't trust you.
Yeah,
I remember a short rest.
Because I mean, think about what happened.
I remember a short rest. I don't remember a long rest.
Well, can we say that we've taken a short rest? I mean, I'd said that with a question mark to see if you'll allow it. Just say that, in our time at Spiral Haloid's place, we had enough time to take a short rest.
I'm pretty sure
we got like temporary hit points for a little while too.
Yeah, and an inspiration.
Yeah, Justin did do that. Okay, so I guess we actually did.
Yeah, we took a short rest.
I don't know about getting your spells back, Joseph, but whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like, where did that come from? Because I want mine back.
Yeah,
I got mine back. Warlock.
What spells did I even cast? Oh, Stinking Cloud was one of them, and Bestow Curse.
Yeah, I burned a fair amount.
Okay, how about to ease the logistical pain, we can just have you guys take a long rest,
souls refreshed, like the end in the morning.
You guys have long rested, okay? I have to do a better job of prompting you guys not to clear your sheets or whatever, because I haven't been very
Joseph
particular about
sucks.
it.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Well,
I didn't clear
mine. So you guys, let's see, where should I? You guys are down here. Hold on.
I dropped a pretzel under my desk and I can't find it.
Dude, I had mad good pretzels at work today.
Yeah? Were they soft pretzels?
Yeah, they were really good.
Were they rolled gold pretzels?
They were not rolled gold.
What are those what are those honey mustard and onion pretzels?
Combos?
About?
No, those are different. No, they make honey mustard rolled
Snyder's.
gold. They're Snyder. Yeah,
that's the one. Ones. I fucking love those things.
Snyder's over Hanover.
It's all about the peanut butter filled.
Yeah, that's nice.
Jeez, peanut butter filled shit. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take a piss and step away for a couple minutes. So that's cool.
Let me take a 5-minute break too.
Yep.
Okay.
I gotta get some water.
All right.
I gotta make a new drink.
More gin and aqua.
So white.
Well, it's just me now. Dizzy Reed, if you're gay, don't say anything. So Kevin, you're coming with us to Mastodon tomorrow night, right?
Nope.
You're not into the Moby Dick music?
I only know Blood and Thunder.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only one I know too. I mean, what more could you want? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, 15 other songs that I knew and liked.
That would also be reasonable, especially for $50. It's pretty expensive.
Jesus, yeah, fuck no.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about going to see Animals as Leaders last night. I don't know if you've ever heard of those guys.
I've heard of them. I think.
Yeah,
but...
they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're actually a lot like that band Chan or Khan or however you say it.
that was a weird.
Yeah, well, they're like much it's like much heavier than Chan and a little bit less like rhythmically absurd. Like
Gotcha.
there's some weird shit to it, but I don't know. It's pretty cool stuff. It's all instrumental, so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, shoot, what did I had an idea of something to do this weekend, but I can't remember what the hell it was.
Johnny's going to see In Flames on Friday, and I will maybe go as well.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well,
otherwise we could go to your pool. I didn't realize you have a fucking rooftop pool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's gross. People from my building just sit out there and smoke weed during the day.
Like, I don't know. I saw a picture. Guys. It didn't look like horrible. I mean,
no. Today I fished 2 chairs out of the inside of the pool. Because the wind's really bad up there sometimes. Like today was really windy, and it was like pushing the chairs around the whole deck. But I
mean, are there like turds in there, or is it just like trash?
There's not turds. There's a little trash, maybe a cigarette butt or 2. Yeah. And people always ask me about my beer when I'm out there. They're like, "Hey man, how's that beer?" I'm like, it's fine.
It's a beer.
It's cheap. I thought I'd be in character.
Oh, St. Brendan's.
Yeah.
Some Irish cream liqueur.
Ooh, St. Brendan's.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm familiar with that one. Is it like a
knockoff
Bailey's?
Yeah, knockoff Bailey's. Because I went to Buster's and they didn't have Amarula, and they're like, "Sorry, man, it's kind of a hot selling item." I'm like, "It's from like South Africa. How many people do you have buying Amarula?"
South Africans, man.
I mean, it's good, but
they fled to Memphis, Tennessee after the end of apartheid because they knew we were still super racist.
Exactly. Exactly.
That would be my guess.
I mean, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
South Africa's super weird.
Have you been?
Yeah, I went last summer.
Oh, that's cool.
For like 2.5 weeks. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's somewhat like Memphis in that it's segregated just by the places that people are. I mean,
yeah.
It's just, it's always all white people at one spot and all black people in another spot.
Just how I'd like it.
Yeah. And like all the proprietors of like the, the tourist spots, the cheetah preserve, the crocodile farm, all the proprietors are white and all the people, slinging food and opening gates are black. And you're like, man, I've never seen a black guy like running anything here.
Man.
Like,
bro.
Well,
Yeah, good food. Ostrich is delicious.
Huh. Good to know.
Yeah. Nice. Monkeys are assholes.
Like
what?
Are you
monkeys are assholes?
Are you saying they're just assholes like to eat?
just in general. Just fucking monkeys, man.
Yeah.
They suck.
I believe it.
Joseph, you suck.
Yeah, Joseph, if you're gay, don't say anything.
Fucking got him.
Yeah, when we went to there was like this in Chongqing, there was like this, it was like a crocodile center. I don't know if I've told you about that place. It's kind of like the zoo, but it was mostly crocodiles, and they had like a couple other things. But I don't know, just you talking about like animals and shit in foreign countries reminded me of it. There was a monkey jerking off there, which was amusing. But more importantly, if you paid 50 kwai, which is about like $8,
wow,
you could feed a live chicken to the crocodiles.
That's fucking worth it.
They just gave it to you, and you just threw it in there. So our buddy Kevin, whose birthday it was, and keep in mind, everybody except me was tripping on acid. So it was a very strange experience for them, I think.
Even better.
Yeah. But he climbed up on the bridge and just like I've got a video of it. He like apologized to the chicken, and turns out crocodiles they take down chickens with like fucking frightening speed and lethality because they're like they do that thing where they're just sitting there and they're completely still, but their mouth is like completely open. Like they'll just sit there with their mouth open, and I guess they're like waiting for something to climb into it. But he threw a chicken at it, and the chicken made like this horrible screaming sound. And And the crocodile like immediately snapped it, like its jaw shut, and swam off into the water. So it was pretty intense. Yeah.
That is pretty intense.
Yeah, man. The like fucking Chinese chick who let us do it, she thought it was hilarious. She was cackling the whole time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like people who are into animals and like animal rights would not have been pleased, but I thought it was pretty awesome.
Well,
That was fucking sweet.
Can't please everybody. Yeah.
You can try.
Yeah.
And will I try? Wait.
What?
Nothing.
Let's see. So hold on. Let's see. So you guys are on your way to Automata. Okay, you're following the book. Jason is in Jameson's backpack. Let's see. You've noticed walking with the book for quite some time. He speaks with very odd mannerisms. Like he uses a long, outdated version of like the cant that Sigilians like sling around, like everybody understands it. Let's see. He walks you through the clerk's ward of Sigil, which you guys are becoming very familiar with.
I'm so familiar with this ward.
In the doorway of a small scribe shop near the Hall of Records is where the portal is. The book opens itself and begins to spin through pages. Dizzy, you see at the end of the book, like near the end, are two pieces of paper that are slid into the book.
Gross.
You see that it's a piece of paper torn in two perfectly even halves, and there is the letter E written in print on each half. And the book simply explains to you that this is where the portal is to Automata, and this is the key. It's a piece of paper torn in two perfectly even halves with the letter E printed on each half.
You're saying each half has a full letter E, not like you have to put them together?
Yes. And you guys have no trouble getting to the portal or going through it. A slight chill runs down your spine as you pass through the portal into Automata. No longer within the dusty scribe's office, you find yourself out of doors, with clear daylight replacing the foggy dimness that you're used to in the cage. The town of Automata is all around you. It is built entirely of uniform gray-red stone.
Ooh, I'd like to see about the stone.
All right.
Just say the word stone.
Fuck
and
yeah! Sorry, I clicked it twice because I was excited, but the first one's a crit.
Yeah.
Damn it. Ugh.
You know that this.
You know everything about this stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The stone. I mean, it's great. I don't know what I didn't prepare.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you're frantically looking for like some sort of.
Now in exchange,
piece of paper. You know what I'm gonna do?
Actually,
I'm gonna send you.
I'll make you a wager.
Yeah.
Can I really quickly carve the rune of Algiz into the stone beneath my feet?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to do that, and then I'd like to use my mason's tools to cut out that square that I carved and carry it with me.
Okay. You get to work very quickly on doing this, and we will say that with your
stone.
Yeah, your knowledge of this stone is incredible. It's absolutely absurd. And as you are carving your rune stone of Algiz out of this stone, you're very quickly explaining all the wonderful facts and facets that you know about Automaton gray redstone.
Of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. You actually explain to the rest of the group that you know a lot about Automaton gray-red stonework. You point out to everyone how the whole town around you is built entirely of this uniform gray-red stone. It rises in identically sized stories. In fact, you haven't seen the city yet, but just from your intense knowledge of Automaton Gray Redstone, you know that the whole burg is going to be constructed out of right angles and straight lines. You know that
these folks are a bunch of squares.
Yes. As you explain this, you see people hustling about in neat little rows, most of them dressed in the same identical gray robes. You see a number of Modrons in line as well. They all seem to be holding some kind of task item, like a bucket and a mop, or a pile of books, or
So we see like a group of Modrons then.
And you see Modrons interspersed throughout the entire population.
What do they look like?
They look like
Modrons look pretty.
I
pretty
just
cool.
like pictures of Modrons, man. They look cool.
Let's see. I think I have a picture of a Modron for you.
I've always thought of them kind of also looking like anthropomorphic numbers.
They're like, yeah. I think I've always thought of them as like geometric shapes. Like,
yeah.
There's a triangle one and like a square one.
Hold on.
Yeah.
They look like they could be in a Schoolhouse Rock music video, basically, about fucking arithmetic.
Yeah, they do. This is what they look like. Okay, I need to put it in your journals. So put in all players' journals. Show
Wait, really?
Fucking
nice. In your Modrons.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, Joseph posted that, and I thought it was what you had posted.
No.
I got really confused. Yeah.
No, those are not my Modrons. Can you guys see these?
Yeah. They look cool.
So as you are explaining and finishing up carving your Rune of Algiz into this Automaton Gray Redstone, you kind of tuck it inside your bag, and fairly quickly a voice from behind you all, stern, says, "Newcomers must register at the Office of Visiting Entities." And if the voice belongs to a stern, armor-clad soldier, he stands near you. He has a group of 9 soldiers behind him, but he hails you all, and he explains, "You must register at the Office of Visiting Entities if you are not from Automata."
I would like to go register at that office. I love offices.
Yeah. We should do that because these people are all about law and order.
So he points you in the direction. He points you in the direction with the PowerPoint, and he says, "Take the main entrance.
PowerPoint.
Take the main entrance into Automata. Take your first right, then take your first left, then take your first right. Then you will be at the office."
First right, first left, first right.
He smiles and gives you a thumbs up, and they walk off, looking for ne'er-do-wells. Not knowing.
So this was an office? This was like an office situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said the office
of visiting entities. Of course.
Okay. I like to pull out a measuring tape and start measuring and asking, is like just making sure if this place was dwarf, accessible.
Okay. Yes, actually, making a number of measurements, you can see that the Automata seems well made for people of your size or of a dwarf size.
I say thank you for making sure this place is dwarf accessible. Our people appreciate it.
Mal's just putting her head in her hands, like, please.
I'd like to stand behind him and.
This is not what I wanted.
Mime like I'm gonna hit him in the back of the head with my quarterstaff.
Okay. You do. And you do.
One day.
As you lift up the staff, Jason hops out of his backpack from behind you, and pads up in front of you and explains. I'd rather just skip the whole Office of Visiting Entities. Let's just follow the book to where Hyron is.
I would like to squirt water on him from my water skin and say, "Bad cat, back in the box. We're going to the office."
Okay, you do. And he goes, what the hell? And then he hops in the bag.
I suppose we're going to the office page. Do you think this is what we should do?
Yeah, we're going to the office
Page, the book?
There's always
the book
time
says,
for propriety.
The book says the office would be on the way. You followed the directions that the officer had given you, and eventually you actually arrive at a building called the Council of Order, and there is a small section of it at your last right called the Office of Visiting Entities. And
I would like to queue. I would like to stand in the line and queue, please.
Okay, you do. So you walk in and you see it looks like a DMV. You know, there's a number of lines, and then there's also a major sitting area where you all sit down, and Jameson pulls a number. The cat, Jason, hops out and sits on Jameson's lap, and you guys sit and wait. The cat goes to sleep. You are actually waiting for an hour.
Is there like an attendant, anybody that I can see who's like, like the DMV person who's essentially administrating this whole thing?
There's a number of lines that are slowly moving forward up front, and then your queue number is called, and you can get in a line. So yeah, there's at the end of the lines that take 2 hours now. Eventually, your number is called.
All right. So
you all stand and you hop in line.
So now we're in line waiting.
Yes.
We were in line to stand in line.
Yes. So your number has been called, and now you are standing in line.
Mal's looking around, just getting pretty impatient with the situation.
Okay.
I'm Dwarvish. I know how to queue.
Mal, there's a number of other people in the area who seem incredibly impatient as well. Everyone from Automata, you can tell they wear these dark gray robes. But there's a number of what people, they look like cagers or maybe just planers in general, wearing more colorful outfits. And when you look around impatiently, they seem to meet your eye. But then they all seem to behave. They're all taking the choice to sit and wait, as opposed to throw a fit or be the first one seen throwing a fit in Automata.
I'm gonna look at whoever's next to me, and I'm just gonna say, is it always like this?
A paladin wearing like red dragon armor leans down to you. The paladin's actually much taller than you, and she says,
"Dude, I'm like 6'3" or something. I'm supposed to be a big ass paladin."
Yeah, it's an Asimar.
Okay.
And she is rather tall and lanky, and looks kind of pale, has white hair, red dragon armor, and a red dragon Thor-like helmet. And she's like, it always has been, and it always will be.
And there's no way to, I don't know, bypass some of these bureaucratic.
Can I hear Mal?
Roadblocks. Yeah, I'm right next to you.
Yeah, you can hear Mal.
I will not hear of it. We're here to do this right. We will not have trouble. These are law-abiding folks, and if we stick to their custom, we shall have no trouble. We shall, complete our task and avoid combat.
Yeah, the paladin listens to Father Jameson and then looks you in the eye, Mal, and she says, "So you're thinking about breaking the law, are you?"
No. I'm sorry. I'm not used. I'm not used to having to, shall we say, participate in these kind of activities. I come from a bit of a different place.
Oh yeah, she raises
dwarven custom.
She raises an eyebrow and she looks at your companions and says, "With 2 dwarves as your companions, I very much believe you."
God fucking damn it.
Okay. All right. So I continue to wait.
Okay, you do. The paladin talks a little bit longer and explains. You could probably get away for a short time, not having your permits or papers.
I look at James and I'm like, I doubt that's going to happen.
I'd like to use
he would allow that.
I'd like to use thaumaturgy to make my eyes blaze.
Okay, you do. They blaze with the fire of Moradin's anvil, and the paladin like looks at you and laughs, but straightens her already tall figure, and explains. You'll only be charged 5 silver for processing fees to be given street passes and a long list of Automata's laws. But if you were caught without your pass, it'd probably be a 10 gold fine each. So
I can't afford that.
It's worth the wait. And then
right.
her number is called. You hear 7, and she goes, "Oh, that's me." And
so I was like, I start is like, as this happens, as we're standing in lines, I say, I know what I'll do. I pull out my recorder, like I'll entertain everybody in line here, and
okay.
Start performing.
I'm gonna stand and I'd like to pretend that I'm not with them. I don't know if that's a deception check or, I'm just going to stand up in front of them and pretend like I'm not in that group.
I grab them and pull them back and I go, oh no, you're making us do this. You're with us.
Yeah, so I start performing, I start playing the hits.
Okay, Dizzy Reed, make a performance check. Okay. You begin. You bust out the recorder and you fly into immediately classic crossbows, like super recognizable. You don't seem to be getting a very big crowd here. In fact, all the automatons look nonplussed. They're not mad, but they don't seem pleased. A number of the planers, you see them tapping their feet. You see them nodding. They're having a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Eventually, your number is called. It seems pretty quickly. In fact, maybe even to get you to stop.
So I guess we walk up to the counter. I look at the reception. It's like, here, let me sign a little something for you. I know you like this.
You do. Without looking, you take a marker and you reach out to the receptionist and you draw on her iron chest panel. You look and it's a Modron, and you have just scribbled, big D, big Z on top of its rounded corner panel. Yeah. And the Modron stares at you. It blinks quietly. It begins to sputter and burp nonsense. It scans you with its eye, and out its mouth comes like a receipt that has your general appearance and a long number, 01213013112X or something, and each of you end up getting one of these permits. It's a huge list of laws, things you are and are not allowed to do. You aren't allowed to cross the street in rounded curves. You're only allowed to get in a fight if you use your left appendage as often as your right. Really weird.
Quite natural.
Odd, but they seem to make sense if you kind of haze over it. Imagine you had been on Adderall for 40 straight hours, and things seem to make you start to recognize patterns in everything. This is how the law is in Automata. But now that you have your permit, you're free to walk around town as much as you'd like. Automata, everything is uniform and rectangular. There really isn't much distinction between locations. Let's see.
Might we trouble someone for a map?
Yeah, let's see a map. Let's see.
Ooh.
I know I have one. Let's see.
I suppose that'd be the maps department.
You are just like so thrilled by this place, aren't you?
Sound is a pound, love. So long as people are still having promiscuous sex with anonymous partners in a consequence-free environment and experimenting with mind-altering drugs, I'll be sound as a pound.
We watched 2 Austin Powers movies over the weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
20th anniversary, man.
Yeah, man.
It's important.
20th anniversary, baby.
All right, I have a very small map of Automata I can share with you. I'll upload a bigger one later. Jameson, as you ask around for a map, a Modron walks up to you and hands you basically what looks like an index card. and
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Shit.
But it's like if you look really close at it, it's perfectly intelligible, right?
Yeah, it is. It's just incredibly small. You notice it dawns on you, Modrons, they have these huge eyes. And so, but the book seems to know where he's going. Page seems to lead you all through the crisscrossed streets of Automata.
Yes, these winding roads that zigzag back and forth.
Yes, all the buildings on a particular block, they all serve the same purpose. So you pass by a whole block of offices near where you guys you're heading out. You pass by a whole block of homes, a whole block of foundries. Automata is pretty easy to get around since it's set up like a perfect grid. The book is talking to you out loud. Dizzy, it's in your hands as it leads you all forwards. Following the book's directions brings you to a block dedicated to various shops. There's bakers, craftsmen, leather workers, candle makers. The exact building that used to be Hiron's that the book leads you to now has a new looking sign on it declaring the place as Thandol's Smoked Meats. And judging by the aroma that seems to come from within, it's spicy and smoky smell. You feel like the sign's probably correct.
There are probably smoked meats in there indeed. Huh. So, Paige, is this where we were supposed to go?
Yes.
Wow, that's a weird URL. Sorry.
Subliminal racism.
Oh my god.
Well, unless you guys are really craving some smoked meats.
That's not gonna smoke my meat.
Let's go in. Let's go in and talk to them and see if they know anything about who we're supposed to find.
I'm sure they kept good records. It's a bureaucratic city after all, and if not, we can head down to the
Central
building
Records
office, the realty, and see what happens if there's a forwarding address or whatnot.
Okay. Inside, you discover a shop peddling various meats. There's a long counter behind which you see a bunch of lean and thick cuts, being stored on wax paper. There's an elderly man.
I just closed out. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay, you're cool. There's an elderly man behind the counter. He's human. He has a good deal more liveliness about him than most folks on the street. As you walk in, he seems to be skipping a little bit with a step, even though there's nobody in the room besides you guys walking in. And he says, "Oh, hello, welcome to Thandol's Smoked Meats."
Sorry, was that Vandal? Thandol?
Thandol, yeah. Thandol. Thandol's Smoked Meats.
Did you say there were thick cuts there?
Yeah, thick cuts, man.
Just making sure.
Yeah, of all sorts of, it looks like bison or boar or some kind of, creature.
God damn it. It just never stops.
Thandol, he's an elderly man, but he seems welcoming enough, and he invites you all in. Says, "You're not a bunch of Modrons." there anything I can?
No, not all of us. And I look over at Jameson very
Quite
meaningfully.
observant, aren't we?
Yes. So, do you know anything? So, how long have you owned this building? How long have you used this place?
I've had this building for a few months. Brand new location.
Do you know who the previous owners are?
And was his name Hiron the Wizard?
Old Hiron, yeah. He doesn't work here anymore.
Did he work for you making smoked meats?
No. No, this was his shop. I came on the market. It's not very often that a shop actually goes up for sale in Automata, so I snatched it up.
Now, is this a franchise or are you going to be a full chain?
Well,
Them franchise boys.
I like your attitude. I would love to franchise, but only have the meat supply for one store right now.
Do you find these robot people? Do they like your meats?
No, Modrons don't seem to eat meat. I'm not quite sure what sustains them, but I get a number of planers crossing through from time to time.
Man,
is there anything you're looking for in particular?
No, we were looking for the wizard.
Right. If you could tell us where Hiron. You said he sold the establishment to you.
Yeah. Well, he leans in a little closer to you guys, and he whispers conspiratorially. Says, Fandal had a number of secret compartments and hiding places in this location. I think old Hiron was not completely on the legal side, if you know what I mean. But if you're needing to find him, your best bet's probably checking out the Divine Machine. Pretty busy tavern, two blocks over. It's designed for halflings, although it's full of members of all.
Perfect for one of us.
That's true. Yes, a halfling-friendly bar.
Huh.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Well, as a dwarf, I don't see how that would help.
So he spends a lot of time there. You're saying Hiron does?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Your best bet's probably checking out the Divine Machine. But if you want to purchase any meats while you're here,
I have 2 silver rattling around in my pockets. Would there be something just for me cat friend? Maybe some bits of gristle and something for him to chew on. I feel like he's a bit anxious back in the basket there.
How about you, Book? Do you need some meat, Book?
Paige? Paige explains, I need to be returned to Hiron.
That's not my question.
I don't.
I need to be returned to Hiron.
I don't need any meat. Yeah, his timid voice seems to wake up a little bit now that he's on an adventure with saviors. The cat Jason absolutely is eager for the meat, and Thandal seems nice enough and cuts off some gristle and some some kind of rind.
Yeah, you could have the entrails. He's a cat.
Yeah, gathers it together and puts it in a little bag, in a little parchment bag, and you take it and give it to Jason, and he seems to munch on it and enjoy it. The cat is growing a bit attached to you.
2 silver pieces for your trouble, sir.
Okay, so you do, and he actually he takes the silver gladly, and he says, "Well, I should give you something worth it." And he gives you like a vacuum sealed contraption, and he says, it's ox hind. It's quite good.
Ooh, thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
Yeah. So he smiles and nods, and then he says, "Well, if you're at the Divine Machine, say hi to Torlak. He's the owner. He's the operator. So I'm sure he can help you find." Yeah, Torlak. That's what I said. Exactly. And so,
thanks for the help.
And the meat.
No problem.
I always appreciate someone who slips me his meat every now and then.
we'll be going now.
Yeah, and like if you ever need franchise opportunities, Hey,
get in touch with Tiger Mafia LLC.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for it. Clearly, this.
I just imagine you giving out slips of paper with that on there.
Yeah. He takes the paper, and as you guys leave, you hear him muttering, "Special terms and conditions." But you leave, and third week, like that you both make it to the end, and it opens up, and you guys together fight.
That would be really cool. That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. There's a number of things I want to do with it. Another thing that I thought of, I think this would work if I had 2 Google Hangouts open.
Jesus.
One with one group in it, and the other with the other group in it. Then I would be able to hear everybody, but you guys technically should only be able to hear your group.
Yeah, our specific group.
Right. Yeah, so I was thinking we could do
2 hangouts at once.
Gymnasium combat against each other.
We fight each other. Yeah, that's what I was thinking you were going to say. Yeah.
Because the gymnasium, I want it to be more than just combat. There's also like games involved.
That might actually be pretty awesome.
There's one that's there's one that's like between like dodgeball and capture the flag.
I want to fight Dizzy Reed.
Yeah.
No, you don't, bro.
You're the real. This beard is better once and for all. By the way, so this video is exporting. What I've done is I've opened up Audacity, so I'm recording the audio now, so I can just do that for the time being, and so like we can keep going because we won't have video this next part for like the next 20 minutes, but we'll have audio.
What is Alex? What is the video? I mean, are you just running OBS on the Roll20?
I mean, I got a Macintosh computer. So
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm using QuickTime Screen Capture, which is like fucking ridiculous because the video is completely uncompressed, so it winds up being like 40 gigabytes.
I was just gonna ask because I mean, what are you actually recording in video?
What do you mean?
Is it just the Roll20 page?
It's the Roll20 in the Google Hangout.
Oh, okay. So. I could get the Roll20. I can't get the Google Hangout, but I mean, I could throw up OBS and get the Roll20.
It's fine. I think the audio is more important anyway, especially because we don't have like a map as it is right now.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just keep going.
All right.
Okay, so you guys are in the Divine Machine, and it's got the totally cubic layout, but inside it's much more relaxed. And you spend some time inside, and you very quickly get the gist of it. Hiron's not here. He seems to be in hiding, is what you pick up. And in fact, why don't you guys? I don't know if there's a gather information, right? But why don't you guys?
There's investigation.
Let's do investigation rolls to see what you guys learn.
Let's see. Damn.
I'm gonna learn so much. Yeah, I am just.
Yeah, me neither.
Learning 5, 4, and a. Oh, look at Dizzy Reed.
Wait, it added 0. What the fuck? Suppose I add 1 to it. Hang on.
13.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to add 1. Oh no, it's fine. It's 0 because my modifier is -1. Yeah. We're good.
Dumb.
We get it.
All right. Well, you collect information as best you can. Some people suggest that maybe Hiron has left town, but Dizzy, you're talking to Torlak, the halfling. He's constantly apologizing for the small size of the chairs and everything. You hit him up for some information, and he explains.
Does Torlak recognize Dizzy Reed as a fellow halfling, or does he think?
Right, that's my question. I think my thought would be he'd want to talk as a halfling.
What do I roll as an opposing check?
Do you want him to recognize you, or do you not want him to?
I want him to think that I'm a dwarf.
Deception.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Make a deception check.
Oh, that's great because it's huge.
Jesus.
There you go. Plus 2 modifier.
So the Torlak walks up to you and says, "Well, hello, my fellow. I'm quite sorry, sir. Hello, my dwarven friend. Well, welcome to the divine machine. How can I help you?"
We're looking for a wizard. That we're looking for. He used to own that meat shop down the street. Not obviously not making meats, but he owned the building.
Oh, you're talking about Hiron.
Yeah, Hiron.
Yeah.
I hear the owner of the meat shop told us he might be hanging out here. Is he around?
He comes by from time to time. He's not here now, but Hiron has occasionally had to hide out for a time while trouble blows over or so. He's not a real criminal, mind you. It's hard to get by in Automata without breaking the law now and again. Sometimes he's just gotta pay the music.
Well, I don't stand with that, but
well, hello, my dwarven friend.
Your other dwarven friend?
Yes, my. You two know each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're dwarven travel buddies.
We are Tiger Mafia LLC.
Yeah, we hand him the card.
He begins to read it.
Well, friends, if he does come here, we are in no great hurry. I suggest we just book rooms and wait until he appears.
I don't
where
think
does he
that's
go?
a very good idea.
Where does he live? What does he do? Who does number 2 work for?
If he's known to come back, I see no reason other to
Jameson, we have business to attend to in Sigil. At least I do. If you want to wait here in your paradise world,
I feel quite at home here.
Well, then I guess you're retiring your character and we're getting into Bye, Jameson.
And he lived in a tunnel happily ever after.
This is the end of his campaign, man.
Yeah, he found his bliss.
Story, yeah.
I suppose if you won't hold to reason, 'tis my job to keep you out of trouble.
So, where can we find old Haldron?
He says,
Hiron.
Oh, Haldron, huh?
Yeah, Super Haldron Collider.
I'm not exactly sure where Hiron goes, but between here and the Council of Order building, he never leaves town. He's around somewhere, I assure you. I don't exactly know where he lives, but I know that he works at the Council of Order. He's a top shelf wizard.
Top chef?
Top shelf.
Ah, quite.
I see.
Yeah, he speaks in Bartok. Bartok.
Yeah, of course.
Bardock?
Rasputin's little bat friend.
Yeah, the bat.
Movie.
He speaks in Bartok.
Yep.
I kick her and I punch her.
God damn it. All right. Well, then it sounds like it's to the Council of Order in this very entertaining.
Thanks for the help here. We might be back for a room.
Yeah. So
seems odd to me that if he's a criminal, he should continue going to work, or if he's wanted in hiding.
Maybe this place isn't as wonderful and paradise-like as you thought, Jameson.
I don't quite hold with corruption.
Maybe corruption pervades every fiber of this plane's being.
Now.
You guys are discussing, your tastes of Automata as you walk back towards the Council of Order main building. The book continues to describe, Dizzy, it's talking to you about Automata and how you can follow the main entrance all the way back to the Council of Order or to the Gate to Mechanus.
Do we need an appointment? We should probably have written ahead. Or send up our card?
Oh my god.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, so as you are leaving the tavern, once you get outside, you are approached by a tiefling. She is wearing rather gray robes, red skin, fairly youthful face. and she's wearing the gray robes of Automata, so you can tell that immediately she's from here. But she walks up to you and she eyes the book, and she says, "Yeah, let's see." She eyes you. She walks directly up to you, and dizzy, she looks at you and she says, very flatly, "What are you going to do with the book?"
What is it to you, ma'am?
Which book? The one he's got, the one she's got.
The one he's got.
Books? Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, what's it to you? Why does it matter?
She seems to stammer a little bit, and she said, "I asked you first."
I asked you second. Wait, what?
Make a what is it? Make a deception check.
Yeah.
God, I'm rolling.
Wow.
Yeah, she sees through your disguise.
Oh no.
She says, "Answer me."
Can I use insight to see if I can tell her motives, if they're,
Yeah, go for it. She has addressed him very simply and very flatly. Jameson, she seems defensive.
What's she hiding, Missy?
She doesn't seem like a threat. She seems defensive over the.
Tell us the full story now. We're sensible people.
Yeah, why do you care so much about the about the book? And how do you know about the book? And I try to persuade her.
Would you care to have a pet of the kitty?
Okay, so
just Anthropus forward to be petted.
I feel like that should be persuasion with advantage with the cat.
Okay, yeah, why don't you make a persuasion to see with advantage? Xanthopus.
The Louis C.K. bit, Xanthopus.
Damn,
Okay.
Jesus.
Damn.
With advantage, yeah, so 25.
Okay, so she seems like when you address her this way and you don't answer her question, she's about to just turn and run. In fact, as she turns her heels to run from you, Jameson presents the cat, and the tiefling sort of just like
Just
and
melts.
melts and begins scratching underneath Jason's neck. And Jason turns to you all and says, "Now this is how you treat someone." And the tiefling sort of like backs away a moment.
What are the chances we all put the same in? Oh, no.
Simba. Yeah, that's what I see.
I was thinking more of what Kevin posted, but
okay,
sure.
That's good. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So the tiefling stops and she says, "Well, I can tell you're not from the trade consortium." What?
Sorry. Anyway,
Actually, I think he's from the trade consortium. He's been telling everybody he is.
Yeah.
She eyes you very strangely, Dizzy Reed, and says, "Are you a traitor?"
He also says he's a dwarf.
He's no dwarf.
I look at Jameson just edges with this look and like, what the fuck, man?
I give him steely, cold, gray eyes.
Leverage. But no. I was once maybe the trade. You know what they say. Everybody trades.
Everybody hurts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mal.
maybe the dwarf should step out of this, and we should talk about this tiefling to tiefling. What do you know about this book?
Dwarves.
Says, if you have the book and you're not traitors, I assume you're returning it to Hyron.
That would be correct. Is there a problem with that?
No. In fact, it's about time. Here. What you need to do to get to Hyron is, and she takes out a really small, like card-sized map of Automata, the same one that was freely given to you all.
Okay.
And she uses her thumbnail to like indent it with markings. And she draws a map back to the Council of Order main building. and she says, "What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make it to the council, the Council of Orders main building, and you'll go through the main entrance and go all the way to the rear, and in the last cabinet, the last closet, go inside the closet and close the door behind you and knock on the wall 5 times and let out a low whistle.
Okay.
And Hiron will make himself clear to you.
Question. Can I roll an insight for something
Yeah.
to see if you mind?
Yeah, you both can.
Okie dokie. Alright, video's coming back in just a second.
I've kind of tuned out
Yeah.
because I've been I'm kind of hurt by all the comments.
Just glowering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of
Jameson,
wandering, petting Xanthopus.
Yeah, Jameson, you're holding the cat, and you kind of wander off to the other side of the road, and you see
in a straight
Mal,
line. Damn it.
Yeah, in a straight line. Yeah, directly across the road.
Thank you.
And as Mal is communicating with the other tiefling, and Dizzy Reed seems to be listening to them, you see on the corner of this curb, there's 2 fairly young-looking, fairly beautiful dwarven women.
Uh-oh.
They're standing at the corner. They look like maybe they're waiting for someone.
Hey, girl.
They currently have their backs to you.
Sluts.
James is not tempted by pleasures of the flesh.
He is not a chaste priest.
Yeah. After a while, the tiefling explains to you, Mal, you feel like genuinely this tiefling, although she has not identified herself to you, she seems to be telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
She seems pretty flat with you, especially the way she approached you all and just straight up asked her question. So you think she's probably telling the truth?
All right. Gosh, Jameson.
I didn't say that. That's just,
okay.
That's a joke.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, and I'm just curious, what is your relationship to Hiron? Do you work with him? Is it?
I have worked with him in the past. He is a good man, and she steps away and begins to leave.
All right.
Where are you going? What's your story? Hey, girl.
She turns and waves goodbye to you, and she says, "My name is Muen Skal," and then she leaves. What is going on?
I whispered just from the Archer. TV's Michael Gray and I are lovers. If that surprises you, then so be it. But it's Hiram. Hiram and I are lovers.
God damn it.
That shocks you, so be it.
Nice. And with that, Moine Skull walks off.
All right.
The book, Paige, seems incredibly interested on going all the way back to the Council of Order main building where you guys were initially guided when you first came to Automata.
So I talked to the book. It's like, do you feel like this is right? The lady, was she, everything good too? Does it sound like the right thing to do to go in that closet?
The book says, yes, it sounds like Hiram.
Okay. Well, let's give it a whirl here.
Sounds reasonable to me.
So you backtrack the way you first came. And you take a right and then a left and then a right or something like that, and you make it to the main entrance to the Council of Order. And sure enough, as you walk through, you see what looks to be dozens and dozens of petty bureaucrats walking around, signing each other's papers. It actually reminds you a fair amount about where the Sign of One hang out in the Hall of Records. It's a lot of paper pushing and different councilmen of various orders.
Jameson is noticeably excited to be back in this building.
Yeah. Jameson, you are. Jameson, why don't you roll a perception check?
I'm away from the table right now, but
Okay.
assume it's a 20.
All right, I'll roll for you.
Thank you. That'll be fine.
No problem.
That'll be
I can do that.
fine.
You've got your camera. Oh, you must have your iPad.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't have enough screens in my life.
Perception.
I'll take it.
14.
Wait. I also have +2 bonus because of my rune that I've secreted in my pocket.
Nice. 16. Okay.
Knew that'd come in handy.
You see, you immediately recognize the long hallway that you need to be going down, Jameson. And
I think it might be this hallway.
Yeah. Sure enough, it is. And you go down that hallway. As you do, Jameson, you note a couple of people you're fairly certain with your perception score have been following you. They're staying very far back. One of them looks like a child, like a dirty,
hate children.
Teenage or younger girl with long dark hair. And
girl, yeah, gross.
And then the other seems to be like maybe it's the girl's father. It's a fat man with a huge like poncho thrown over him.
I'd like to whisper to my companions, don't look now, but it seems to me these two people have been taking the same turns as us for quite a while. May mean nothing, but may mean everything.
And so you subtly point these people out to you guys. And as you guys go down the hallway, you also see these individuals. Why don't you both roll perception checks?
All right.
I'd like to tell Xanthopus to face backwards and whisper if they get any closer or seem to do anything shady.
Okay, so Jason, he says, I got an eye on him.
Thanks, Xanthopus.
Yeah, you quickly hear the familiar sound of a cat snoring as it sleeps.
He hates Mondays.
All right. You don't recognize these individuals. You also haven't necessarily been seeing them follow you, but
are they pretty far back?
Right.
Yeah, they stay.
The equivalent of 2 cars back, but on foot.
Are they more than 30 feet away?
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're just a little bit more than 30 feet away, but not at all times. And as you guys turn a corner, Mal, you hear them hustle a little bit to keep up with you, and they do enter that range.
I would like to whisper to my companions as we turn the corner. Now, if you'd like to see what these blokes are about, we can stop here and accost them as they turn. But as of yet, they've done nothing wrong.
I say we make some illusions.
Pray tell what you might mean. We have but limited time.
Make some copies of ourselves and then make them walk in different directions.
Down a hallway. Different directions down a hallway.
Yeah.
If you can do that, Dizzy Reed, then by all means.
Yeah.
Is your bardic magic capable of that? All right.
Well,
so
I got minor illusion. It'll make no sounds.
Mal is thinking about, like, she turns, but then when Jameson says like we can see where this train goes, she kind of turns back and nods.
How's the hallway lit?
The hallway is well lit.
With what?
Let's say these stone globes that emit light in about 10 feet.
Would you consider them flames?
Yes.
Then I'd like to use thaumaturgy to make the globes on one side very dim. The side, I would assume we're pressing up against the wall as we're whispering, and I'd like to make that side dim. The other side can continue to be bright. So we might be in shadow.
Okay. You do, and the lights flicker for but a moment.
How do we see how they react?
Well, they're around the corner as of yet.
They're currently around the corner from you guys.
So as he does that, I use one with shadows, my invocation, and just
I pass her the book before she does that.
All right.
Okay. All right. You hand her page. Mal, hand her page. You disappear into the shadow.
And I I do stealth into
Okay.
shadows.
Yeah.
And then I cast minor illusion of, I make, let's see, what can I make? No more than 5-foot cube. I make muddy footprints that go, away from us.
Okay. Okay.
Jameson looks at Dizzy Reed like, is that what you fucking had in mind? I thought you could actually fucking do something.
Mal, you're invisible.
Right.
Jameson, you have made the light much brighter away from where you are and dimmer where you are, so there's low light vision near you. I want you to roll a stealth check.
Okay. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. No.
Okay. All right, hold on. So you guys turn the corner, and they turn the corner. It is a small girl. Let's see. She has. Oh, let me find her real quick. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I thought I uploaded her, but I guess I didn't.
No worries, bro.
I'll upload her.
She's yeah. Well,
Imager.com, click and drag. It's real quick.
Is it pretty quick?
Yeah, man. If you just open up Imager and just I think on the home page, if you just fucking drag an image to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one of my other buddies to get into Roll20 so I can, friend from back home. So one of these days I may have to reach out and be like, hey, Thomas, teach this guy how to do Roll20 real quick.
Sure. Let's see.
Roll20 is very straightforward. Yeah. It looks like if you go to Imager and just upload it, you can do it real quickly.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like from the DM side, if it's, tough to do it all, but...
Slide it on in the DM.
Yeah. He was like, I just got my 5e Dungeon Master's Guide and Player's Handbook. Who wants to play it? I'm like,
in fact,
yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I did upload it. I just didn't find it earlier. As they cross the hallway and they round the corner, they have hustled and they stop, and they look down. This child, she's wearing a white robe. You see shadow coming off of her. She has dark red eyes. Dizzy Reed, you recognize this as the young girl who attempted to give you something to sign while you guys were outside of the great gymnasium.
Shit.
And if you remember, you gave her like an athletic sweatband.
Yeah, and I took her sign.
The fucking sign.
You took the sign and to look at it later, but you gave her a sweatband, and so she runs by, blood dripping off of a knife that she holds, and
the fuck.
Here, let me show here. And
Jesus!
Whoa!
What the fuck?
There is a mouth.
In her neck?
Jameson,
holy shit.
She looks right at you, and you think for a moment she has seen you. Her head, she begins to lean her neck back slightly, and the mouth inside her neck begins to speak in abyssal.
I don't speak that. I don't know what
I
that
don't
means.
speak Abyssal. Damn it. Preston Meek speaks Abyssal. Sorry, I got excited. I don't know why he speaks Abyssal. I just thought it would be funny.
So it speaks, and it's like very sinister and like long tones, and it's like tabak na, and it turns to the larger one next to it, which you can clearly see now an arm sticking out of the mouth of this gluttonous, huge, bulbous creature, and the shadow comes off of its parent figure as well, and it just belches like, bleh. And you see like a finger fly out of its mouth and land on the ground, and then immediately next to that finger is a footprint, and it sees the footprint, and It points. It's like elongated, enormous arms towards the footprints, and the girl looks down at the footprints, and they run off in that direction.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
So guys, I whisper to him, I recognize that girl. I pull out the sign. I was like, I took this from that little girl.
Put that away. Oh my god.
Well, the two of you look at it. And,
what does the sign say? I did not. I've never seen it before.
Hey, I show it to the book, and I'm gonna let the book try to read it.
So are we dipping out of the dim light invisibility shit now?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can. In fact, the book says, let's look at it right in here, and the book like pushes you towards the door.
I'm staying in the dark. You can read it to me from afar.
Maybe not
it says the storage closet. It's right here, and the book is like bumping up against the door, and you notice that sure enough that you are now directly in front of the storage closet. You were told to go inside.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna walk.
I'll go in.
Yeah, I'll follow.
You open it up.
I'll
Jameson,
tag along.
Okay, you come inside as well, and the door closes. Jason pads onto the ground.
Fat lot of help you were.
Said, I was quiet. I was asleep, but I was quiet.
Thanks, Jizanthropus.
You step inside this large storage closet, and it's filled with reams of unused paper, stacks of fresh ledgers, crates of inkwells and pens. There's like dozens of inkwells and different quilled pens in here. You give it a bit of time, and your eyes slowly become accustomed to the inside of the closet. And now you can see this contract that Dizzy has pulled out, and it's scrawled in blood. It has ancient runes on it that look they share a similar written language, Mal, with Infernal.
Okay.
But and looking at them, you know you can't read them, but you know they are written in the abyssal tongue.
Okay.
You guys can all roll Arcana checks together to see what you guys can figure out about it. 16, a 15. Okay, great.
Wow.
Equivalent knowledge.
Yeah, I knew just about as the Arcana as you.
From what you can glean from the contract, it's not good. They were essentially attempting to allow a fiend to gain entry to the corporeal form of whosoever should sign on the dotted line.
Thank God I didn't sign it.
It has all sorts of stipulations about what you will be and will not be allowed to divulge to parties you were formerly allied with. Once you have
an NDA.
Yeah. Essentially, it looks like it was a long con bent to take apart Tiger Mafia from the inside.
Wait, Tiger Mafia LLC?
Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. So and you said just briefly when you said, so there was the girl with the scary neck mouth, and then there was like the larger creature with her. Did it just look like sort of another creature of that type?
No. You didn't get a perfectly good look at it.
Yeah.
But it was
you said it had a large sort of bulbous form, and there was like an arm hanging out of its mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I knew what it was, but I just wanted to sort of
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm getting called.
Okay, no problem.
When we all look at this and we all kind of know what's going on, I turn to Dizzy Reed and go, "See, I know what's on this. I know what's on the sign. I'm a wizard, Dizzy."
God damn it! You're a wizard, Dizzy.
Yeah.
You can just say you're anything around these parts, and it's true.
Desiree has nothing to say about it, clearly.
He's okay.
Oh yeah, well.
So you guys are in the
Well,
closet now.
Right, we're trapped in the closet, it seems.
The three of you, the book and the cat.
Tom Cruise in the closet.
All right. Well, that was terrifying. I think they may or may not have been either sent by the Bleak Cabal or just trying to do demonic hijinks. But in either case, I guess now that we're here, we might as well go to the last cabinet.
What did I miss?
I made fun of you.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Highly entertaining.
So it was another one of those bad. Oh, God.
Yeah, it was it was whatever that girl was who was after you, and it was a Vanderhob.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
I guess not only the Bleak Ball has to use Vanderhobs, there might be causating correlation or whatever.
Yeah. You feel like that's possible, but yeah. You're pretty safe to assume it could easily be them.
Right.
So you guys are in the storage closet. It's full of reams of unused paper, stacks of fresh ledgers, and crates of inkwells and pens.
All right. I think I'm going to knock on the wall.
All right. You knock on the wall 5 times?
Yeah, 5 times, and I let out a low whistle.
All right, you do. A previously invisible doorway appears above the counter, full of ledgers and inkwells. A simple wooden door opens, revealing a cautious, uncomely face that peers at you and says, "Yes, who is by the spire? Who are you?" And before you can answer, the man begins to pull back into the doorway, closing it.
Wait, I'm going to try to hold the door open.
Okay, you do. You very easily place a hand into the door. He says, "What are you doing? Who are you?"
Are you Hiram?
He says, "Why, yes, of course."
Well, I have some good news. We have a special delivery for you, a very overdue book.
And so, do you guys show him the book, I assume?
Dizzy Reed, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah. I hand over the book.
Okay, so you hand him the book, and the book goes, "Master, I have returned." And Hiron seems very pleased. He says, "Oh, the book was always one of my favorite creations. I had long since given up on seeing it again. I assumed that young man Jason turned stag and robbed me of the book and gave me the laugh."
Well, he didn't turn stag. He turned...
Yeah, I'm a cat. And Jason steps up and apologizes. He says, "Please forgive me. I as you can see, I'm now a petitioner, so I have fairly good reason for not returning your book." And Hiron, he scratches his head and he says, "Well, I guess death is a pretty good excuse for reneging on an agreement. Well, come in, everyone, come on." Then he opens the door, and inside you see a magnificent mansion.
Awesome. Would this magnificent mansion possibly belong to a wizard named Mordenkainen?
No, it definitely belongs to Hiron.
Oh, okay.
It is an extra-dimensional dwelling. It shimmers faintly, the entrance, as you step through. And you are in a magnificent foyer with numerous chambers beyond you. And the atmosphere is clean, fresh, and warm. This isn't the first time you all have ever stepped through a portal, but this is definitely the first time you ever stepped into an area that is completely constructed from an extra-dimensional dwelling. It is a plane of its own existence, its own devising.
Damn,
plane.
Yeah, and it's magnificent and comfortable. And Hiron explains, "I'm doing a little bit of hiding out. see, and as he's trying to explain this, you hear a voice come out from the closet that is behind you all, and let's see. Let me get to that real quick.
I gotta pee really bad. Give me like 30 seconds.
Sure, go for it. Well, take your time. Let's see.
Yeah, Joseph, while you're gone, we were talking about the Arcana checks, and I was saying, oh, we can just say whatever we want. I'm a wizard, Dizzy. Because apparently you just say it, and it's true around these parts.
Pretty good.
Don't be butthurt.
I'm not
a better dwarf than you.
One day you will regret denying your halfling heritage, and on that day, none will stand beside you.
Except for like a lot of dwarves.
They wouldn't. They would stand behind you if you said you were a dwarf, not if you said you were a halfling. Why would the dwarves agree?
Because the dwarves would want to stand behind me because I'm thinking about starting this organization.
Do you see how it's making no sense?
The NAADP, the National
You would
Investment.
like some DP.
What is it? The National Association of the Advancement of Dwarven People.
Damn it, yeah. Making sure all I said that to you earlier. Make sure all taverns have dwarf height bars.
One day, your life will hang in your being identified as a halfling, and I shall not tell them the difference.
All right. Anyway, so what did I miss?
Just talking shit.
Squabbling.
More squabbling. I like this. It's a good dynamic that's emerging. All right, so we heard a knock or a sound in the closet.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Thomas.
Is frozen.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's present for me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
What
no.
day? On the upside, we can just keep talking shit.
It's really
We control the campaign now.
Now he is the player in our game. I like having a cat.
Yeah, that's a good dynamic.
Got a new pet.
Though, of course, I hate cats. Allergic. Is Thomas know he's frozen? I guess
he says his laptop just beeped and died.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Well, he'll be back in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
My fault for him into the pisser.
We've still done a lot more than we would with 7 people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's pros and cons.
What's the con?
We don't have humongous to murder things.
Yeah,
if
that's true.
We're probably going to die if we get into combat.
I don't know. That Radiant Rune staff is Jesus. Is pretty OP. I was really happy because I wasn't sure if Thomas was gonna nerf it a little as
Radiant Rune Staff? Is that the little weapons they had?
That's the spear.
What the fuck is this video?
Right?
No.
That's the spear we got from the Raven folk, but Thomas had it shaved down into a staff so I could be proficient.
Yeah. I mean, I think he did that for mine as well, even though I didn't ask for that.
Right.
But
right.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I thought about taking one, and then I realized no. The staff of the Black Spider has been very useful at shooting webs everywhere.
Well, I mean, how many magic items are you attuned to?
3. So I am attuned to the Dwarven Belt, Ring of Protection, and the staff.
Yeah, I just have the staff and the gauntlets, I guess.
I could give you the other staff, and you could dual wield.
I don't know if I. Well, I use a shield to, I like having the shield, which is, Thomas was very generous. I mean, he's probably sent you that email today. I was asking, can I use it as a versatile weapon? Because normal quarterstaffs you can, and I was worried he was going to drop the damage. Either, because I wasn't sure, if spears just generally do more damage than the quarterstaff.
That's a sharp, they have a pointy end.
Right.
Right. So I mean, the staff of this Black Spider is pretty weak. mean, that's 1d6 plus 1d6.
Yeah. Apparently, spears and quarterstaffs do the same amount of damage.
Oh, perfect. Because that's good. Because I told Thomas, with the regular staff, it's like, you get 1d8 for two, or 1d10 for two-handed, 1d8 for one-handed. So, as it was, the rune spear was 1d12. So I said, well, I'll do 1d12 two-handed, 1d10 one-handed. He was like, yeah, that sounds good. Which is like fucking great.
Yeah, there's only the only weapons that do 1d10 one-handed are glaives and halberds.
Yeah,
and pikes, big fucking spears. So it's still probably got
Can you hold a staff in one hand and a shield in the other?
Yeah, I'm doing so.
Okay, cool. Because I should probably get a shield if that's the case.
You should.
My AC's gotten pretty good. It's at 18 right now.
Yeah, mine's at 18. I wanted to buy some heavier armor or a heavivier shield from Spiral, but we didn't really get a chance. But that's okay.
We'll get a chance to do it.
Yeah,
got big elf chain.
Yeah, I got a big old elf chain.
Do your chain hang low?
I just love having fucking +7 on my attack roll. That's so
pretty
tasty.
That's pretty fat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my Eldritch Blast is what is it? It's like +10.
What do I have? Proficiency plus my strength bonus plus 1 for the magic item.
Yeah, I do. I do +7 on my EB as well. So
is that tasty?
I fucking spam it all the time.
It's I'm like, I could actually hit someone now.
And I get 2 attacks.
Also, I'm really happy he's letting my Rune of Algiz fucking work, even though I carved it out of the ground. I don't know if that's
that is cool.
legit.
Whatever. He said it was okay.
It was etched on the ground.
Right. Fuck yeah.
And I have Mason's tools.
I mean, one of the interesting things about 5e is that, because I don't know if you know this from having, looked at it, or because coming from 4e, they introduced this whole idea of, bounded accuracy, where, really, on a high enough roll, just about anything can hit anything. You get these really high attack bonuses, your proficiency modifier goes up by a lot, and then, AC doesn't generally get that much. It's basically you're going to be able to hit just about any monster you want.
Yeah.
But of course the question becomes, and that's why higher challenge rating monsters have a lot of damage resistance and a lot of shit like that, because it's you can hit them, but you might not be able to do that much damage. So.
Okay, yeah. Because it was just all about AC and in 4.
Right.
And 3.5.
Yeah.
I mean, as a warlock, my AC is probably never going to get higher than 17. So.
Yeah. So okay, I have a question. I was building another character just for fun, if Father Jameson bites the dust, so I'd have something.
To the club, making characters.
Right.
I'm gonna make a lizard man. It's already gonna be a thing.
The backstory is really good and elaborate, and I'm really excited, and I hope I get to play him one day. But how do feats work in 5e? Is that even a do you guys
get every 4 levels?
So basically, for whenever you can get an ability score improvement, which is for most classes every 4 levels. Actually, for fighters, I think it becomes every 2 after a certain point. But you can increase your ability scores at 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Instead, you can take a feat.
And a lot of feats give you 1 ability point.
Well, yeah, it's funny because 4e is all about feats, right?
Right, 4e is every level or every 2 levels you get.
In 5e, there are probably
20.
There's 24 feats total. But they're some of them are really good. Really good. I mean, Lucky, of course, is legendary, where you can just 3 times a day just re-roll a crit fail.
Yeah, why not?
I get that as a fucking halfling.
Yeah, if you combo Lucky with halfling, you're just a fucking jerk. But some of them, that's the thing. Some of them will feature like Joseph said, you can increase an ability score +1, and then it also gives you a different feature. I thought about taking the actor feat, which would include a charisma score +1, and I could basically mimic anybody's voice that I want to. The feats generally do a lot of things. So
okay. So wait, I'm level 4. So should I have done a thing?
Yes.
And when you improve ability scores, there you go. You actually you increase one of them by 2 or 2 of them by 1.
Yeah, so you can split it up if you want.
Or you take a feat.
I haven't done any of that, so I should.
Yeah, so take a feat.
Yeah.
Or
I'll see.
Increase your ability scores quickly before
Yeah.
Thomas shows up. Metagame.
Okay.
There are feats that will give you an extra point. So if you have an odd number, you can just pick a feat that gives you that. They'll give you an extra modifier thing. I mean,
gotcha.
Let's see. Yeah. I can send you a link of I've made a PDF of all the feats and what they do.
I've got the handbook.
And there's some new feats in the Unearthed Arcana or whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a couple new feats.
There's a bunch of new feats in the Unearthed Arcana about races. There's a bunch of new racial feats.
Oh, yeah, we realized that
last month.
Kevin's level 4 and he hasn't done his ability score improvement and/or feat stuff.
Oh. Yeah, here it is. Here's the Unearthed Arcana feats.
All right, thanks. Cool.
Silver tongued.
Maybe I'll be an animal handler.
There you go. Now you're talking. You do have a cat.
That's goddamn it. Yeah. I have +2 in animal handling already. Thank you very much.
And you have a cat.
I do have a cat for now. I don't want one. I'm allergic.
Oh, you are, huh?
That's you.
Okay, let's see.
All right, are you all good, T-Mac?
Almost, sir. Thank you. I gotta reset up what I had set up, and then we'll be good.
Kevin, obviously you need Elemental Adept.
Not to have died.
You know it.
That sucks.
Or Acrobats.
Wow, that's cool. Theologian, you learn energy and detect evil and good. Huh, that's cool. Just learn some spells.
What's with that? Is that good, Joseph? I'm really well. The thing is, there's a lot of Warlock invocations that feature those things because invocations are sort of like Warlock feats, and it's like you can cast a spell once before a long rest. I don't know. I just never feel like those come in handy that often.
It's kind of cool that you get some free detect good. You also get detect evil and good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You cast it once without expending a spell slot, and you regain the ability to do so when you finish long rest. I don't know. I mean, I
unless
it's like a really good spell like Polymorph or something, it just
I wouldn't take it, but I'm looking at this kind of some of the stuff is kind of cool.
Sure, it's
menace thing is pretty cool. Increase your charisma score by 1. When you take an attack action on your turn, you can replace one attack with an attempt to demoralize one humanoid you see.
You can basically pretend to be a barbarian, is what that is.
It's pretty cool. This little bard.
Well, you're already just so intimidating.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, my intimidation's +7, which isn't bad.
Oh, I see. These are all proficiency feats. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. These for skills, yeah. And then there are also D's, I think.
These nuts.
These are the weapon mastery stuff, and then I don't know. Wow.
There's a feat and it says below it, "Why I hate this feat." Good grief.
Nice.
Wow. Doesn't seem too
official Unearthed Arcana. I think you're not supposed to take that one. In the publication, it says, "I hate this feat."
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. It's on the first page. Warhammer Master. I think it's Unearthed Arcana, so it's like playtest shit, you know?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, Lucky seems to be pretty OP.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it'll help you on your EQ roll.
Right? That's true. That's an important one. I've already lost though, so,
Just don't... What's that one? There's one that's like the fuck you DM feat that's not lucky. It's the one where it's like you have a perfect memory. Or wait, is that a spell?
Yeah.
No, that's like a warlock invocation. It's basically
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember the name, face, and personality of everyone you've ever met in the entire campaign.
Jesus.
You can just fuck around with the DM.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
Hold on.
we got these recordings.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, it's
Super
cool.
helpful for me.
Oh, that's cool. Bountiful luck. Prerequisite halfling. Whenever an ally you see within 30 feet of you rolls a 1 on the d20, you can use your reaction to let the ally re-roll.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. All right. So where were we? You guys, you've met Hyron. You've given him the book.
Yeah, and you said we heard a sound in the closet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you hear a sound as the closet opens, and from the other side of the wonderful portal into this magnificent mansion, you see what look to be clearly ne'er-do-wells, no-gooders, no good doers. One of them speaks first and says, "Capture the old man, but kill the rest of these sods." And hold on, I just realized you guys can't even see. Here you are.
Ooh.
You are in the mansion.
Ooh, sumptuous.
And
wow.
These bandits have been tailing you a little bit.
What are these pillars made of?
Oh my god.
I'll give you one guess.
Stone?
Yes. They are. Let's see. Hyron is behind you guys. He immediately begins freaking out. And as these bashers walk in, and they say, "Capture the old man, kill the rest of the gods." And I want you guys to roll initiative. Make sure you select your. Hold on, I'm going to clear the order. Now roll initiative.
Alrighty. We escaped your first fight, but we're not getting away from the second one.
Well, I want you guys to fight somebody, but you guys absolutely sidestepped the dangerous fight.
Thank you.
And got experience for it,
welcome.
right?
You're welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck.
You're welcome.
Fuck you, Disseries. You didn't do shit. Muddy footprints.
Hey, no, that was like the fucking key ingredient, I think. That was great. I mean, it's stupid, but it's great. It worked.
It works.
You almost fucked it up by rolling terribly.
Did it take mine?
No.
I swear I selected it, but
You did it before he cleared the turn order.
I
So
swear
just roll something and then modify
Yeah, select
it.
yourself and roll it again, and I'll just make it a 10.
It's because we can't see the turn order, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Can you guys
That's
see
fine.
it now?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can see it.
Okay. All right. So, you
Perfect.
guys hear the music? I can't hear the music.
A little bit.
I'm muted, so
It kills me that
the
I can't
answer is
hear
no.
it. Okay.
I can't hear the
Can you hear
music.
the music
It's not
now?
That is oh my god, yes. That's
Okay, that's not for now. That's for later.
oh man. Thank
No,
you
this
for
is
dropping
just,
such a subtle hint to us, yeah.
Yeah, that's for your friends. That's for your friends on Sunday.
Uh-oh.
No, it's really not. The bone demon would kill them too. It's just a thing. All right. It's going to go like this. The basher who spoke first, the red one, he's going to go, and then it's going to be Mal.
Damn right it is.
Let me bust open a bandit captain, and we can begin. Hold on. Here we go. All right. So this bandit captain is going to walk up immediately towards Mal. 15. And he is going to make 3 melee attacks. 2 with the scimitar and 1 with a dagger.
That's bad.
Let's see. 22,
Yeah.
which deals 9 slashing damage to Mal.
Let me know when I can use my reaction.
Can you use your reaction if you haven't gone yet in
I don't
turn
know.
order?
That's what I was wondering.
I don't think you can.
Also, what's your AC?
14.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a chance to do anything yet. Okay. So you do get slashed for 9.
Oh, I can't react either. Shit, you're right.
Yeah. He just got the drop on you guys. The second attack is also scimitar. Gets a 21, so he deals 4 slashing damage. And after he has sliced you twice, he is going to duck low and say, "It's nothing personal." And he misses. Okay. Mal, you're up.
All right. I do not like that. I do not appreciate that at all. All right. Well. 20 foot. Yeah. So what would happen? Yeah. I guess I'm gonna try to do that. Hang on. Sorry. Let me pull up my sheet.
Hey, Oscar!
Yeah, I mean, you know what's coming. Hang on, let me actually make sure I'm keeping track of how much HP I'm losing. That's important.
Do we still have those temporary hit points, or have they evaporated?
They're gone.
They're gone.
Okay. I thought so, but I still have them on there, so...
Alright, let me know if this is okay. I'm gonna try to cast Hunger of Eoskar, starting from, here, I'll ping the point, like, there. So it's a 20-foot radius, you see where I'm doing it?
Just draw the square.
Right. Well, I just want to make sure, since it's up against, like, a wall, basically, that I can do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Thanks, bro.
Alright, so you get the 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
You said that's a 20-foot radius?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So basically what it's going to be is, let me make sure I get the, so like, starting from there, so it'll go from there.
20-foot radius square. So,
like,
or 40 foot across. That's what we've been doing.
It'll be like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's about right. 20 feet.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So yeah, starting from that point, so I you know, summon the fucking scary key magic and go to town.
You hold your book in one hand and you lift the hand.
Can you pop that in the chat, Alex?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry.
All right, Mal. As you hold your book in one hand and you lift your other hand into the air, creating the gateway, something rummages through your pack with violent force, and a stone that you have in your pack is thrust into your hand. The open hand that you're holding up, okay. and it's the one that Fell gave you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The sort of diagonally oblong shape.
Mm-hmm. Did you say stone?
Spiral. It is a stone. Yes, it is. And yeah, you can roll stone cunning on it. I encourage it. Nice. The spiral pattern begins to swirl around the stone, and you hear a very faint, hollow, like a blowing of wind as the purple begins to stone. Begins to wrap around the stone. It's being used essentially as an arcane force or an arcane
focus.
Focus, yeah. The void rips open and creates the 20-foot radius of dark, black, bitter cold. Jameson, you recognize that this is immediately to your trained dwarven architectural eye. It's a cornerstone. It's a keystone, actually, not a cornerstone. It's a keystone from an arch.
And I am the gate master.
Yes, how they would build an arch, from 2 columns up, and eventually they would begin to turn, and then one stone would be placed at the very center top of the arch, which would be called a keystone.
A what?
It's a keystone.
Oh, a
keystone. Very fitting of your patron. It would be, it's an architectural
I think I know the kind of thing you're talking about. Like, I've seen those archways that have, like, sort of a larger stone that's, like, kind of embossed in the middle of it. So that
Yes.
would be a keystone.
It
Is that what you're doing, Jameson?
Yeah. Let's see. That's what it is. It's a keystone.
I hope you bought that just for this.
No, for tree class.
Wow.
Tree class.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not kidding.
Goddamn.
Anyways, Mal, as you finish the spell, and the icy void seems to take
Wait,
hold.
what does Dizzy Reed think about this keystone?
Dizzy?
Keystone is a kind of beer. There is Keystone. There is Keystone Light.
Yeah. This is the stone is very stony. Stony stone, rocky stone rock.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I
Mal,
thought.
is that your turn?
I think I am gonna. I'm assuming if I move out of his reach, even though I just cast it, he could still take an attack of opportunity on me, right?
Yes.
I thought we established last time that it was too dark for them.
No,
to
but like I just cast it,
gas
and
cloud.
he's right in front of me. Like he knows where I
Gotcha.
am.
I wouldn't try it. I would try it unless you expect to be hit. Then I would try.
That's fair.
How about that?
Could I use my reaction on my turn in case he hits me?
To do what?
To cast my ability that I can use as a reaction?
Yeah, you can actually.
Okay, well then it's a win-win.
God
I don't
damn.
think he'll crit and kill me in one hit or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna move back.
Okay, so now I'll swing. Okay, you take 9 slashing damage.
And I use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke on him.
Okay, you do.
Rebuke!
He makes a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that's DC 15.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Crits. That's not very cool. Well, I'll still roll the damage, I guess.
This guy wants to kill you.
Yeah, he's not very happy. Alright, so takes. Oh, and I rolled not very good.
5.
All right.
11 damage halved to 5, right?
Wow.
Fucking hell.
You guys are in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Alright, I'm still moving. So that was 5.
Yeah,
10.
okay.
I'm gonna move probably just about there. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Now it is Blue Bandit Captain's turn. So at the start of his turn,
He takes acid, right?
Yeah, he takes
2d6,
2d6
yeah.
cold. Here, I'll roll it.
he takes
Acid.
2d6 cold.
Oh wait, yeah, that's end is acid.
cold at the beginning and then
All right.
That's wild.
acid at the end.
That's cool.
If he's still in there.
All right. So then he moves at half speed.
Yeah.
Or difficult terrain. Yeah. So
Does difficult terrain stack?
10, 15, 20, 30. All right.
Oh, he's still in there.
The 20-foot radius of broadcast.
I feel the OP combo coming again. Make
We
a
could.
dexterity saving throw.
All right.
I'm gonna web him.
He wouldn't be able to attack, so he's going to continue to move. So
Okay.
he's gonna basically dash, and he's gonna end his turn here. No, he'll keep moving. Jameson, you have not yet moved. I don't think you have a reaction, or
Nope.
at least as we are playing it now. So he positions himself there. Now it is Hiron's turn, and he is going to cower behind a pillar over here. And he says, I regret to inform you I have used my spells for the day. And that's his turn. Dizzy Reed, you're up.
Let me see if I got the measurements right.
Oh, I'm
That's
bloodied,
all right.
by the way. Just so
Okay.
y'all know.
Christ!
I took a lot of hits, man.
He took a lot of hits.
Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous. If only someone could give me some healing.
Wait, that's not right. The size is not right.
Why
here.
don't you ask your dwarf friend?
Yes.
What size are you looking for, Dizzy?
I'm trying to make a 20-foot cube, so it's not big enough.
20 foot. So it needs to be twice that size. At least twice the size.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot cube. I'm going to be casting web, but
Of course.
yeah. So let
A
me.
20-foot cube.
Yeah. So it's not
Needs to
long
be
enough.
5 feet. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
15 by
Go, Web, go.
15.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
needs to be 20 by 20, right?
Yeah.
Just needs to be a little bit bigger.
I think it's just gonna be like this ish.
Do the dimensions again, Alex.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
okay.
no grid here. That's the problem. It's hard to tell.
Oh, I can fix that.
Yeah, can you overlay a cube for me?
Why don't you grid me up, buttercup baby?
Thank you. It's not as pretty, but it helps. How do I?
Just go from the very edge of one to another.
I can't select this cube here.
What if I just played the whole game holding this in my eye? It'd be fucking awful.
That would be, yeah, I was going to say that.
I should really get a monocle.
30, right?
It's 20.
20. Crap, so it's not going to hold.
It's the web.
See my red cube?
Shit.
How do I control? Oh, wait, no, it's 4 cubes. That's weird. Like, oh, that's right. It starts from 0, and then it...
Alright, use the red one. Where do you want the red one to go?
I want it to go on top of the 2 guys in the back.
There's so many yellow squares.
Yeah, I need to delete those yellow squares. I'm trying to find a place to grab them.
Still baby tricks. You gotta, like, hover over the very top of them for just a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna shoot a web on them.
Go, web, go!
A web.
Yeah, so they... Yeah. The creature that starts determining the web is so I'll do that, and then I will let's see, 5, 15, 20. I'll do that.
Okay. You stand between the bandit captain and Dizzy Reed.
Yep, I do. I do. Okay. And I will, as a bonus action, I will give nothing. I will give nothing to anybody.
Okay, and you'll save your. Okay, so you're gonna save.
Yeah.
Well. Okay.
I'm gonna save cutting words.
Okay.
Yep.
Jameson.
I'm gonna cast Spike Growth on the same area as.
Yeah, here it comes.
As the purple box.
All right.
Here it comes.
Same as the ice.
Yep, same as the ice.
All right. So spiky ice.
Yep.
All right.
That's not what I wanted at all.
Thomas, if we fight only creatures that fly from now on, I would not blame you.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
At least I'm not sticking Cloud to place.
By creatures that fly, does that include lizard monk with flying boots?
I mean, maybe.
I'm going to say to Xanthopus.
Yeah.
I told you to get out of here, laddie. Now run to that man hiding behind the pillar and stay put. And then, as a bonus action, I would like to cast Healing Word on Mal.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Indeed. Enjoy that.
Hey, it's better than nothing. I'm no longer. Well, I'm still bloodied, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
garbage. Jason runs over to Hiram and hides behind him. Now we've got some bandits.
Have fun, motherfuckers.
First things first, they start in the ice. So why don't you deal the ice damage? Eight. All right, they each take 8 ice damage.
So they need to make a DC 15 save. What? No, they need to figure out how to get out of the web.
Yeah.
And
so
the
first they take 8, and they're bloodied. Then they have to try to get out of the web. So they're gonna make saves against the web real quick. Nope. They both fail to get out of the web. At the end of their turn, they end their turn in the Hunger of Eoskar.
And they make dex saves, yeah. DC 15.
Okay. Keeps close on. Dex.
Damn.
17 and 13. So one succeeds. We'll say a red succeeds. So, okay, 11. So blue takes 11 and dies.
Jesus.
Yay.
Red takes 5 and dies. So they are both freezing to death as
that was a waste of spell slots.
Freezes on top of them.
We done goofed a little bit here.
Well, they both die. So they're out.
I mean, okay. I won't say anything, but
we'll be fine.
Overwhelming force.
All right, so now Red Bandit's captain starts his turn in the ice. So he makes no save, right, for the ice?
No, he just 2d6 when he starts his turn there.
Yeah, Red starts his turn. Nice.
Oh wow, he got smeared off iced.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right. He starts his turn there. So he is also going to take a 5-foot step forward. So that is in the spike growth. So he takes 2d4 damage in the spike growth. 4 damage.
It's not great.
Then he takes 2 more steps up to Jameson. Jameson, he's going to multi-attack you, okay? 2 scimitars and a dagger. He gets a 12 on the first one.
Nope.
He gets a 23 on the second one.
Yeah.
So you take 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then he attempts to gut you with his dagger. And he gets a 19.
Yeah.
So you take 6 piercing damage. So you take 10 damage during the turn.
Okay.
Mal, you're up.
Armor of Agathis.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Ice. Sailor Moon's around you.
That's right. Sailor
Like
Moon.
Yeah, exactly. The
And,
power of crystalline puns shields you from harm.
Compels you. Okay. And I think that's actually... Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I will stand solidarity with my 2 dwarven bros.
All right. The blue bandit steps up to Dizzy Reed and is going to attempt to make quick work of the what appears to be him dwarf.
Now, who's the captain here? Or do we know? Or
they are both captains.
They're co-captains.
Co-captains.
Two captains.
It takes 2 of them to do one man's job. Anyways, a 17. Does that hit you, Dizzy?
Miss.
Okay. What about an 18?
That meets his match.
Okay, I think I've guessed your AC. You take 4 slashing damage, and he's going to dagger you as well. And you take 6 piercing damage.
I will cutting words that.
Okay.
And I'm guaranteed to knock that off to 17.
Yes, you are. Do you want to roll just for fun?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you take 4 slashing damage from the second attack.
As he swings, as he tries to guts me, I like to imagine that I want to say, it's like, hey, check out this beard, and he stabs at the beard, and it just doesn't do anything because it's just hair. Much hair.
He stabs into the beard, and he tries to pull out his dagger, and it gets stuck, and so he just lets go of it, and it's in your beard. The wizard is going to come around this way, and he is going to shoot a cantrip firebolt. So I am going to cheat for a moment. He misses. All right. At least he tried. Hiron shoots a firebolt at the red bandit, and it whizzes over his head. And he shouts, "I'm sorry!" Dizzy Reed, you're up.
Dizzy Reed is going to cast. Actually, I'll do that. I haven't done this in a while. Tasha's Hideous Laughter on blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Of 15. Yeah.
All right. So he falls to the ground, prone.
Yep.
And he can't stand, and he's laughing maniacally. You bring the laughter into your chest, and it bubbles forth hideously.
I just so what I do is I just start like jiggling my beard so that the knife is just kind of like dangling, like wiggling around.
And the elven chain is jiggling too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I like to imagine that you have this dwarven belt and then this elven chain, and you're just going around appropriating culture throughout the plane.
Exactly. Multicultural. That's good.
Yeah. So he is currently prone, and he'll be stuck that way until well, at the end of each turn. So it gets to try one more time.
He's incapacitated, but that doesn't make him helpless, right?
Right, you're right. He's incapacitated.
No, incapacited's pretty big.
Yeah, you have advantage against them on a number of things. Anyways, at the end of his
take actions or reactions. That's all it says.
Okay, well he's also prone, so you have advantage on melee attacks against him, and disadvantage on ranged. Anyways, at the end of his turn, he gets to make another Wisdom saving throw.
Or when he takes damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. 19. Okay. So after 6 seconds or so, he stops laughing, but that occupies his turn.
Wait, it's his turn? Because he.
I'm sorry. It wasn't his turn. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why I skipped ahead. Don't worry about it. I'll re-roll on his turn.
Okay.
Did you read? You just cast the spell. What else would you like to do?
I would like to. I'll stay where I am, and that's my turn.
Okay. Jameson.
I'm gonna, as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh!
Yeah!
I have my Radiant Rune Staff, and I'm going to bring it down upon his head in a one-handed attack.
I heard
that. That hits. That definitely hits.
This thing's fucking awesome.
It is awesome. Wow. Okay. 13 damage to Red.
And that's all I'll do.
Okay. You guys stay closely knit in some sort of formation as
I'm sorry, I don't know why that happened.
As the bandit captains begin rotating around you, Red takes a step to the side, and he is going to attack Mal twice with a scimitar.
Bring it.
It's a 23.
Actually.
Which slams against your ice armor.
That's right. Dealing 15 damage.
Or 15?
Yeah, he takes 15 damage.
Okay.
Jesus.
So that is Red. So Red is now bloodied. He then is he's not disinterested in attacking that ice armor again.
Damn
He's
straight.
going to continue to rotate. So he steps away from Jameson. So is that a
opportunity attack?
Go for it.
All right. What's that again?
Just an attack.
Yep.
Just
a standard melee attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you got.
Like my Radiant Rune Staff?
Yes.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Oh. Well.
16 does hit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I love this thing.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Yeah, he's looking pretty weak. He is going to take his second scimitar attack against Dizzy. 16,
We're good.
Which misses, and then he's going to dagger Dizzy.
We're good.
Does a 17 hit?
No.
No. Okay. Then Mal, it's your turn.
All right, peep this shit, homie. 5 foot step back this way, not disengaging.
Okay.
If he wants to take an attack, he can, even though I think he's
No,
probably...
he is disincentivized.
Right. Okay, and then I'm going to attempt to blast him.
Go for it.
It's taken a second, question mark?
You Hadouken twice. Just give it a second.
I think it's gonna, like, fucking spit it all out. It's thinking or something.
If you pressed it, that's fine. After your double Hadouken, is that your turn?
Yeah, it's gonna be all I want to do.
Okay, just click it a couple more times, just once or twice more, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, mine did that too.
Very strange. Okay.
Yeah, Mal, you don't get an attack.
Fuck you.
This bandit captain Blue
Now I'm typing stuff and nothing's happening.
is going to attempt a wisdom saving throw. Oh, wow, I am too. Oh, there it is. Try again.
Nope. That's a very strange glitch.
How about this? Why don't I do it? Right?
Oh. There goes one. Here it comes. Yeah, we're about to have a little bit of a.
All right. The 15 hits. So the second attack hits.
So it was 11 to 15. Yeah. Just give. I matched the button a lot, so be patient. Yeah. So the 15 hits. Okay.
Yeah.
You
don't get 6 attacks though, man. I don't know what you're doing.
For damage. Oh, there's gonna be more than 6 coming.
Hellzone grenade.
Some crits in there.
Yeah, Alex, I want you to see.
Why,
Kevin?
Alex, do you see that you crit failed twice?
Yes.
In one turn.
Yes, I do see that. That's pretty bad.
That could have been you, man.
Well, thank you for not making that happen to me.
All right, so where's the damage?
It's still coming. These are my manual rolls.
Oh man.
We are just, it is just choking up. I guess we're having a little bit of server. There's another Tiger Mafia LLC. Roll 20.
I'm just throwing pamphlets at these guys.
As a bonus action.
Making it fucking rain. Alright, come on.
Right, well, I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, so Blue fails his wisdom saving throw. So he's still on the ground laughing like a maniac.
Oh, there's my damage.
Okay, 13. Yeah, you fall red. Red is dead.
Boom.
You blast him with the eldritch energy, and he falls to the ground.
That's what you get
for
fucking
his scimitar.
Taking slashes at me.
Yeah.
I'm too pretty to get hit.
He did. Miss Kurtz, he did. Blue ends his turn. He does not succeed his wisdom saving throw. It is now Hiron, who is going to make a firebolt attack cantrip against the bandit. So he doesn't exactly understand the concept of the fact that this guy can't attack back or whatever. He misses anyways, so it's okay. Dizzy Reed, you're up.
Okay. I'll bonk him with the Staff of the Black Spider at advantage, right? Nope.
Yeah, at advantage.
Oh, damn it. Sorry.
Nice.
It's
all
still
right,
like
18
fucking
hits.
stuff out.
3 bludgeoning and 3 poison.
Okay.
I use my reaction to say maybe we shouldn't kill him.
Blue seems totally fine, except that he's laughing his ass off. He doesn't even seem bloodied.
You should. He gets a wisdom saving throw throw when he takes damage.
He fails. Oh. Thank you, though. Jameson, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna move. And I'm going to. I guess he's probably not close enough. What I'd like to do is wrap the staff around him and hold him in a chokehold up by the head, but he may not be weak enough that that's a thing yet.
Okay, why don't you make an athletics check to grapple him with advantage?
With advantage, all right.
Yeah.
What's with those slow? Wow. Okay. What's with the slow rolls today?
I don't know, but you succeed. So you have him grappled. You've got your staff around him.
And I'd like to yell, "Who does number 2 work for?"
Okay.
Wait, you. I mean you. Who do you work for?
He laughs maniacally, still absolutely totally succumbing to Tasha's hideous laughter. He, in between gasps of breath, he laughs. He can't seemingly communicate with you at this time.
That's fine.
Okay, now you're up.
Okay, I'm just gonna move probably to about here, and I guess wait to see what happens. Hold my turn. I mean, does Jameson? Does it look like he's got him in a pretty decent headlock with his staff, or can I tell? Or
Jameson doesn't. Jameson seems strong. Jameson has always, since you've met him, seemed way stronger than his build should let on.
Almost as if he has ogre strength. All right, so I'm just gonna wait and see what happens here. So
okay. All right, so he is going to make a will save and fail, and then he's going to make a dexterity save. No, it doesn't even matter. He's stuck he continues to laugh maniacally. He can't even communicate properly. Dizzy Reed's spell still has a hold on him. Hiron walks over to you all on his turn, and he says, "Get that ne'er-do-well out of my mansion. He's no good. Get him out of here."
Do you, Hiron? Would you happen to know? Or sorry, it's his turn. Can I speak up?
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Go for it.
Would you happen to know where he came from? What is this? Why is he coming after you? Or
he said, "What? No one has any good reason to come after me. I haven't done anything wrong."
Is that
Can I roll
right?
insight or something to see if he's right?
Yeah, go for it.
Is that right?
It may be, or it may not.
Yeah. He doesn't seem like he's done anything wrong. No, Mal, you're convinced he hasn't done anything wrong.
You seem like a nice wizardly sort.
Yeah, he seems like a nice enough dude. Outside the mansion, you hear a terrible. Sounds almost like an earthquake. There's a great rumbling from the automata side of this little portal planar world that you're in. This magnificent mansion. The inside of the mansion does not shake or vibrate, but through the portway, you can hear like papers and inkwells shattering as they fall to the ground inside the closet.
Hiron, what's that?
I don't know. All I know is get this man out of here.
Well, one thing at a time.
If he has information, we need to get it.
Well,
that is my way.
Well, then take him with you and get out of here.
And so is there still like an earthquake going on or whatever sound we hear from outside?
Yeah, there's some kind of earthquake going on outside. Dizzy, it's your turn.
Give him the book, mate.
We gave him the book, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 Let's get
We also need the book to tell us where Xanthopus' secret stash is. We didn't get that from him yet.
Yeah, so I end concentration, so he's no longer laughing, and then
okay.
Does he look bloody?
No, he does not look bloody.
I say,
close.
I hit him with my staff.
Okay, go for it.
Do I get advantage because he's grappled?
Yeah, we'll say he's still prone at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah.
Am I mounting him?
Jameson's following me, right? With his
doesn't hit, right?
Yeah, a 13 does not hit though.
Okay, so it's like instead of actually hitting him, I just hit him like I slammed the rod really hard against the ground next to him. It's like, hey, you don't want to get hit in the head. Tell us, who do you work for? And I roll intimidate. Can I intimidate?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an intimidation.
God, I'm rolling like tits.
You're rolling about as well as you're, that seems befitting for the way you're doing this.
So he says, he looks at you and he says, I'm not afraid of you, dwarf, but get your brother over here to let me go, and as soon as I am about to slip out the door, I'll tell you who hired me. Was that you? Was that...
Yeah, nice try.
Okay. Well, look, just don't. He struggles against Jameson. Jameson, it's your turn.
All right. Do I need to do athletics to see if I continue to grapple him?
No, you still have him until he tries to break out.
Okay. Can I just tighten the staff around? Give him a couple of throttles.
Yeah, make a melee attack. Make an attack with the staff.
All right.
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage. 11 damage. Okay, yeah, you have the staff around him and you let it loose a little bit and then you whack him in the head with it and tighten it up again.
Yeah. Now that you can talk, now talk. We need the information and we may let you live. If you don't give us the information, you shall surely die. That is the way. You've transgressed upon us. We can take you to the authorities if you wish, but I can't see them treating you much kinder.
Okay, go ahead and roll an intimidation.
All right. Maybe.
I'll never surrender to the likes of you.
What have you heard it, mates?
Unfortunately. Mal, you're up.
I step forward and I kneel down next to this guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my awakened mind and I say, you will surrender to the likes of me. Your allies are dead. You have no choice. You can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Oh,
boy!
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
All right, god damn it! One of us is gonna get this eventually, right?
He's like this. He's like, and then he goes.
Well, we're gonna just wait to see what this roll is again. Apparently.
Okay.
What the fuck? I don't know why mine is being so slow.
Mine is too,
refresh after this.
I don't think it's just you.
Yeah, it's probably...
Everyone's playing tonight.
Yeah, it's a popular night. Yeah.
Wednesday D&D night.
God damn it!
That's really frustrating.
Can I roll the real die and see what the result is?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Really?
I have ways of making him talk.
I mean, if one of these is much better than the others, it's probably gonna be pretty silly. Okay, I got my special. There we go. Well, yeah, I rolled a total of let's see, what's my modifier to... It's been so long since I actually,
Intimidation.
So a 22 on my real dice roll. I rolled an 18, got a +4.
I'll go get my die, too. My bag of dice.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Where my
and then I got a 13 on the roll 20, so up to you, man.
Alright, I'll take the 22.
Thanks, bro.
We won't make a habit of it, but hopefully it doesn't lag like this from now on.
I'm gonna... I'll refresh the page here.
I have a feeling that it's only started lagging like this as soon as I paid money for roll 20. And now it's like, alright, we got the money from him, we can...
So, fuck it.
Yeah. Alright.
But that means we got dynamic lighting.
Yeah, dude. I'm making a whole...
Well, you know what? I got my bag of dice.
Oh my god. Alright, so you are able to intimidate him just slightly more than your allies, and he slumps down and he says, well, I'll tell you what you want to know.
Who does number 2 work for?
Who does number 2 work for?
He says, I was hired by Jezreen the Quick Eye. I was told that this wizard here would collect a high bounty.
That's our response.
Jezreen the Quick-Eyed, you say? Is that somebody here in
Xanthopus?
Automata?
Jezreen is a fairly infamous bounty hunter all throughout the plains.
Why would Hiron have a bounty on his head? He's obviously done nothing wrong.
Well, look at the book he made. He have you never heard of the man? He can create invaluable magical items with personalities and complex intelligences. And Hiron simply like blushes and says, "Oh, get out of my mansion!"
What are you all doing here? This is way too much. Well, as somebody who's had some experience with sentient magical items, I mean, that doesn't sound like something that would warrant necessarily a bounty.
Well, there are a number of illicit traders or travelers who would pay a lot to keep a man of his skill on the payroll.
I see. Right.
Now, I've upheld my end of the bargain, Tiefling. Will you tell your dwarven children to let me go?
What do you think, dwarven children?
I think I'm black with ring.
Jameson just freaking out.
Yeah.
The little one is not a dwarf. The other little one.
Yeah,
I roll persuasion's like, yeah, I'm a dwarf. This guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. Oh.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Oh,
Would you like to counter roll?
I don't think it matters.
Sure. What's that? Persuasion as well?
Yeah, sure. 3. Yeah, Dizzy Reed is logarithmically more persuasive than Jameson is.
Just fucking asymptote.
Yeah.
All right, that's not the point.
This
kind of is the point.
Yeah.
This is only going to enrage me further.
Yeah, Jameson is getting pretty mad.
I'm tightening up on him. I'm tightening.
All right, roll an attack roll.
Jeez.
Yeah.
He's just going fury
in
mode.
Your rage, you crit.
This is awesome.
What is that? 13, 19 damage. He's bloodied. You go into a rage and you whack the crap out of him and you knock some teeth out, and his handkerchief begins to stain red with blood.
Jameson. There's no need for that kind of thing.
Well, you heard what he said. I have my own honor and my family's honor to protect.
Yes, we'll talk about that later. I don't know. I mean, did we really agree to just let you go just like that? What's to say you're not just gonna come back here with more bandits
and do what? And have all my friends die again?
Yes, that would be very foolish of you.
All my best childhood friends.
Right. Well,
like Bandit 1 and Bandit 2.
Quite the creative names. Well, I'm gonna ask the other guys. I say, what do you think we should do? Should we let him go? Should we turn him into the proper authorities like Jameson would probably want?
I think that we should enforce the maximum penalty. We should show up at his trial and ask for the either life in jail or death sentence. He's committed heinous crimes, probably other than ones we've seen here today.
Dizzy Reed?
Well, I do have the kindness of a dwarf in me, but
you better. I'm starting to get a little bit impatient with Dizzy Reed as well.
I think Jameson's right. We should
another attack.
Proper authority.
I'd like to tighten again.
Okay, go ahead. Go make an attack roll. Yeah, that hits.
Fuck.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you whack him over the head, and he slumps down to the ground.
Well, now look what you've done. Dizzy Reed Bumblefoot. This has gone on far enough. You're not a dwarf, okay?
I don't know. He was pretty persuaded I was one.
Yeah. Dizzy, why don't you make a persuasion check against Mal, or a bluff, or persuasion.
Deception.
Yeah, deception. There you go.
Can I roll anything against this?
Yeah, Mal, you can roll whatever you want.
Just anything. All right, hang on. Let me get my character sheet back up.
Yeah, you can roll knowledge, Dizzy Reed.
Do I have any modifiers on that?
Yeah, why don't you have advantage on this? Because it's going to be fairly embarrassing.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage. Whatever roll you'd like. Against a 27.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already kind of... All right, hang on.
You probably have something that's plus 10-ish.
No, we're not all bards. I'm gonna roll it. We'll roll an opposing deception check with advantage.
Right. Okay.
Which is apparently gonna fucking take forever again. Oh my god!
All right, we're not sure if Mal is convinced that that Dizzy might have been a dwarf all along.
Oh boy!
Either way, the bandit captain slumps to the ground unconscious.
Well, even if you weren't a dwarf, there's no need for that. All right, I'm gonna look at Hiron. Just say I'm sorry for all the trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, before we go, can you? There's a couple things we want to ask you. I pull out the little sign, and I was like, "Can you read this and tell us what it says exactly?"
Yes, of course. And he takes it and he goes,
nonchalantly pull out an evil contract.
Yeah, this is nasty stuff. And who was this intended for?
I don't know.
rights and privileges for your entrails. This is terrible.
And we saw this little girl with like a slit in her neck.
And she was dead, right?
Yeah.
Dead, walking around dead with a slit in her neck.
Yeah, with a toad guy following her.
A toad man.
A bender hob.
That was no child. No, that was closer than to a ghost or a fae. It was the description most certainly sounds like a Volna daemon, and they're creatures of terrible darkness, and it's not really a cannibal or a child. It's an undead horror that disguises itself as a child to attack by surprise, especially against someone whose trust it has earned. I wouldn't going around trusting children if I were you.
I never trust children. They always tell.
That's true. We do have a friend who overly trusts children.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks.
We're not done here. We need to know where Jazanthropus's treasure is, or secret stash, as it was phrased.
Yeah. Okay. So the book explains. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I totally just killed that thing right in front of me.
Mr. Kurtz, he did.
Mr. Kurtz, he did. Let's see. With gold pieces. So the book explains exactly where you can find the gold. It's 900 and hold on. I know it explains. Okay, so it's the book explains that Jason's hidden jink is a total of 734 gold pieces.
All right.
That is hidden in a secret cache under the bed upstairs in Jason's old building.
Can we make a 750 to split 3 ways evenly?
Sure, 750.
Thank you.
So you each get 250. The book also explains. I assume Jason will be accompanying. Will he be joining you? Jason pads out in front of the group and says, I don't exactly have a home anymore. That building doesn't necessarily belong to me, but maybe we can make a deal. If you can convince some of the leatherheads in Sigil that I'm still Jason, then I'll be happy to sign the building over to you. And for the low price of allowing me to continue to live there, the building can be yours.
Now, real estate is a smart investment.
Wow, holy shit, we're going to get a base.
You're supposed to have something like 7% of your holdings in real estate.
God damn it.
That'd be a great place for Tiger Mafia LLC.
Yeah.
I need somewhere to print me flyers. I'm running low.
Now, and I turned over to Hiram, and I was like, well, we returned your book.
That you did. I greatly thank you for returning what was rightfully mine.
Yeah, I think
the bare minimum.
I think I think a little bit more than thank you.
Payment. Oh, okay. Well,
what you got for us?
I don't have much gold. But I am a wizard, crafting fine magical items of nature. How about this? And he takes his own hand in front of him, and he takes a ring off of his hand, and he hands it to you, and he goes, "Well, there you go. I hope you're pleased."
Can I use an Arcana check?
An old man, this myself.
What's going on?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know shit.
Okay.
I already used my scroll of identify.
Perhaps, damn it. As he says that to himself, Mal says, perhaps you could just ask him what it is.
What is this? What is this? I hold the ring up to him and be like, what is this trinket you've given us?
Well, it's a ring of shield and protection.
Ring of shield and protection.
It's a ring of protection, and three times a day you can cast shield with it.
Only sailors need protection.
And he leans in and he reminds you must be attuned.
Well,
they go from port to port.
So wait, so you can cast 3 times, or is it a ring of protection and shield, or is it a ring of shield?
It's a ring of protection, which gives you +1 to your AC.
And then you can also use it to cast shield.
3 times a day, you can cast shield on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
So it's a ring of shielding protection.
Ah, gotcha. Well, cool. And
so he smiles and he pushes you out of the way, and he moves to Mal and he says, "And for you, is there anything in specific I can help you with? Your friend over here wanted gold and treasure. Is there anything you are currently seeking?"
Put me on the spot here.
I can give you gold and treasure.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
I can always.
Okay. So he let's see, hold on. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a very dark substance, and he says, "Don't go putting this in any bags of holding."
Oh shit!
And he hands you this dark, like two-dimensional nothingness.
Oh boy, I know what that is.
Okay.
Out of character. I don't know if Mal knows what it is.
What is it? A portable hole?
Mal can make it's a portable hole. Mal can make an Arcana check to see if she knows what it is.
19.
Oh yeah, Mal knows what it is.
So, and I bow pretty deeply, and I say, "Thank you very much."
Yes, and he says, "You're absolutely welcome," and walks over to.
I'll keep it very far from Stella's bag of holding.
Make a perception check, Mal.
Don't get any ideas, Dizzy Reed.
He walks over to Jameson and he says, "My dwarven friend."
Yes, your one dwarven friend, of course.
I assume you will be taking the cat and taking his bargain for the building.
Well, I will
You
see him
on
safely.
real estate.
I will see him safely home, and we may discuss this at our leisure. He's been an all right companion.
Wonderful. What?
Are you allergic to cats? Oh
Yeah,
no.
He definitely is. He says, is there anything you might be looking for, my fine friend?
Well, I would
Anything
like
I can help you find?
I seek not treasure, but if you would make a small donation in my name to a notable charity of your choice, and perhaps if you had anything that might aid in protecting me as I go about my duties and try and aid the world at large, I would do so in your name, should it save me from peril.
Interesting. A generous man you obviously are.
Or anonymously, I see you're a man who likes his privacy as well, so, you know.
Oh, well, absolutely. I think I have something for you here. And he let's see, he rummages through his bag. And what he pulls out is, well, that's not fucking it. Hold on. It's really not it.
I just imagine him go like, "That's not fucking it. God, that damn bag."
God, fucking, I'm looking for some kind of protection item.
I can't find it.
He's throwing me.
Yeah, just Rick Sanchez.
Whoops.
Yeah, he's throwing at me like, shit. What the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Here it is.
Ashton has programmed me to think that all absent-minded wizards are Rick Sanchez from now on.
So he says, "I'm sure someone like you could find a good use for this," and he hands you a ring as well.
Ah.
And it has a feather on the centerpiece of it, and it's a very fine red ring. And
What's
he says,
it made of?
It is made of gold.
Ooh. Almost as nice as stone.
I love gold.
And he hands you, and he says, "Well, now with this you can fall, and you will always catch yourself."
Almost as if you were as light as a feather.
Almost as if you were falling with the weight of a feather.
Yes.
Yes. Ring of feather falling. Absolutely correct.
I bow deeply and thank him from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, and he says, "Oh, you're absolutely welcome to get out of my store."
Oh, it's a store.
Storage. Shed.
Storage wars.
Out. and he hustles you out of
Wait,
the
is
building.
there still an earthquake going on outside? Okay, all right.
Yes, as you step out, there is still somewhat of a rumbling earthquake-ish something happening. You run over to the nearest window, and you see the whole town of Automata has erupted into a complete uproar.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Over the sudden appearance of thousands upon thousands of Modron
I knew it.
pouring into Automata from a gear-like gate in seemingly endless waves. Wave after wave, hundreds and hundreds of Modrons are destroying the middle of the town as the buildings crumble underneath their gigantic march. They pass over and over and over again, seemingly endlessly, and you're stuck. No one will allow anyone to leave from the Council of Order's main building.
Will the Council of Order's main building be secure? I mean,
they are marching directly beside it, giving way to the gigantic rumblings. The building is essentially constantly threatening to collapse, while the administrators calmly try to take control of the chaos. It takes almost 20 hours for the march to complete its passage through the gate from Mechanus. During this time and immediately after, Automata is in chaos.
It's like the purge.
There are people running around 20 hours.
Oh my god.
There are people running around predicting doom or salvation, while others seem to temporarily go completely barmy. Even the Modrons look a little out of sorts. Although they don't speak to anyone, they seem to be frantically looking around and trying to gather as much information about their surroundings as they march. You spend a bit amount of time here. Hyron is gone, but you're with Jason. And Jason simply waits, and he says, well, this is pretty insane. There's nothing we can really do.
So we just need to stay here and wait for it to pass?
Yeah, you spend essentially 20 hours stuck in this DMV-like area. Regularly, they come and check your identification to make sure that you went through all the proper channels, and because you did, you are never thrown out into the pathway of the Modrons.
Ooh.
Jameson looks smug and superior.
After the Modrons are finished marching,
is it possible to long rest during this time, or is it too loud?
It's incredibly loud. It's essentially the middle of an earthquake.
Oh my god!
How's your health do? Here, I'll do this. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Mal.
Sure, that would be appreciated.
At level 2.
Okay.
So
go for it.
So 2d8 plus spell ability. Oh, okay.
Man, I really could have done better than that, but whatever.
Let's see. You see a gate open at the other end as the Modrons begin to slowly diminish in number, and the stragglers are following. You see that there are actually a number of non-Modrons who are following the march in a sort of parade. Some of them are jeering at the Modrons, yelling angrily at them for destroying half of Automata. The other half are cheering them on, encouraging them to find success. You see through the gate that they are passing through, the other side heads to. Why don't you guys make Arcana checks if you can see, where you can recognize the area that they are going to. Yeah, Dizzy Reed recognizes it as the plain of. Well, it's a city that you recognize called Fortitude. In fact, I'm going to say you recognize it because you see a sign inside it that says Fortitude. So, Dizzy, you automatically know where the march is headed next.
They're going to Fortitude.
You also know that while Automata was basically torn in half through the chaos of the parade, Automata is actually fairly well designed to withstand a large number of Modrons. It is always the place where the march begins. So now that the march is headed to Fortitude, you're actually not quite sure how well the town of Fortitude is going to handle a march which has not yet been diminished.
With a name like Fortitude, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be great. No problem. With that, you guys finally return to Sigil. You make it back through the portal, which is very nearby to the Hall of Speakers. It's directly outside your new 2-story, very small cleric shop.
Excellent.
Which still has a sign that reads Jason's.
We're going to need to change that.
We're actually, I would like to, I like to find a small handyman company, give them a couple gold, clean the place up, put up a sign that says Tiger Mafia LLC.
Okay.
Thank you. As sponsored by Dizzy Reed Bumblefoot. In smaller print afterwards, but I don't tell these other guys
in
this.
very, very small print.
Can I
don't
do
tell
a
them
perception check?
No, you guys don't know. Dizzy says he's going to take care of making sure everything is paid for out of the party fund. He's going to make sure that everybody contributes to cleaning up the place, and he's going to go find some contractors to do that.
I'd like to carve a rune of Algiz somewhere. Let's say underneath we'll say right above the door on the inner side, but I'm also going to place a smaller, thin sheet of stone over it so it's not immediately visible.
A stone of what?
Just a thin slab of stone over it, just kind of nailed over it, so you can't see it, but it's there.
So there's a very easily revealed rune of Algiz.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
I can. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just simple.
Yeah, the sign of evading danger. Seems to work very well for you guys. You guys get 1,800 experience each.
Hell yeah!
For defeating a Volna demon and a Vanderhob.
Yes.
Oh my god. So we are at...
For delivering the book and for receiving a hideout.
Joseph, I think you and I reached level 6.
6, yeah, fuck.
I reached 5.
Nice. Congratulations.
Oh shit. Hell yeah. Awesome. Cool, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to try to keep doing 2 sessions a week, and I'm going to keep trying to split them between groups of 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Dude, that was pretty fun.
If you guys can just on Sundays, I'm gonna post the blog thing that I posted this week, and I'm just gonna say what do you guys want to do, where do you want to go, and when are you free? And I'll try to make groups, and we'll play. We'll play 1 or 2 times a week, probably 2.
Yeah, that sounds great to me, man. This was fucking
and then
really
in a month or
enjoyable.
so.
Yeah,
awesome.
I had a really good time. I was apprehensive about splitting the party, as I think,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I do think there's, I mean, I want to play with my friends and everything.
Yeah.
But it is refreshing in some ways to have a smaller group to be able to.
Yeah. I think so too. I think as we rotate back to a bigger group and then smaller groups again, it'll be fun. And I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah, you're cool with it, Thomas. I mean, you like the idea?
I'm super cool with it. Yeah,
okay.
I'm just making sure that everybody knows that if they're not cool with it, that they're free to talk to me.
Yeah.
If there's ever changes you guys want to see made or opinions you want to throw at me, I'm super happy to get them.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So we gained so just to make sure, Jason said I mean we pretty much talked him into letting us use his
Yeah,
place is,
as long as he gets to live there.
right.
Then whoever says that they'll take care of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jameson.
He'll sign the deed over to it. Yeah,
That's it.
so,
Like the Sean
Okay.
Bean, the Ed Stark thing. You'll feed him yourself. You'll raise him yourself. You'll take care of him.
Yeah. Yes. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, that was Yeah. How tough would have those two demons have been if we actually try to fight them?
Question mark. Question mark. Question mark.
very tough.
Yeah.
The group of bandits would have been thrown in there as well, and the Banderhob and the Volna Demon would have been fighting them too. But yeah, really tough. Banderhobs are challenge rating 5, which means a party of 4 level 5 people would be an even match.
Yeah.
So regardless of the Volna Demon, a Banderhob would have been more than an even match for you guys.
Well, we did good.
But I fully intended for them to catch up to you, so you did a good job.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm glad that shit actually worked.
I like you making some combat.
Yeah, good job, Kevin.
Yeah.
You guys did great.
Well, again, that's the sort of. I mean, and again, I'm cool with a large group, but I just don't think that would have been able to happen with 8 people.
No. We definitely play a different style.
Yeah, you guys were able to do things that and I'm sure that they will play in a certain way on Saturday that
I'm curious on how that's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a silent observer.
Yeah, I think I'll sit around for that if I'm not doing anything.
I'll probably sit around. Okay. Guys, we should go over to someone's house and just fucking drink and watch.
Look over their shoulder.
You guys are welcome to. I could set up my laptop in the living room, and while John is in his room, we could just be outside watching and listening.
That's fine with me.
Yes, let's absolutely back some games.
Yeah, that's totally fine with me. The whole idea is just that less players, so we can have the players have more attention. But if you guys want to watch live, I'm not gonna say no. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
We'll do a commentary track.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be Sunday at 2, I think.
Sunday at 2. Okay.
And then we'll try to do that again. We'll try to do a weekday night and then a weekend afternoon.
Gotcha.
Maybe some weeks it'll be like a Tuesday and a Thursday, if I give myself enough time to prepare. But thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the 3-man team.
Yeah, that was I like this 3-man team because we get
there's some entertainment in there. I accidentally killed a man.
You got triggered about fucking dwarfs.
I got real triggered. I'm real sensitive.
Yeah.
Because he got pushed to the edge. How many magical items do you have attuned? You have the ring and you have the staff, right, Kevin?
Me? The ring will be my 3rd. Well, do the gauntlets require attunement?
Yes,
I think so. Okay, because I was gonna see if you wanted that ring of protection, because I have a ring of protection and shielding. So I don't know.
I would. Maybe we can talk about it later. That is more my speed.
We could do a little tradesies. Just so I'll get the ring of feather and then I'll sell it or something. Yeah. But we'll figure it out.
I'll send you magic item cards. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, sounds good, man.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great. Fuck yeah, man.
Bye.
See ya.